We're live. I hear music going in the background, and I have a feeling it's my TV.
I hear a TV.
I was
You have
like,
Hallmark movies on? You filthy animal?
no, we were. I don't remember what we were watching. Lego Masters,
Ah,
but it's got a Bluetooth speaker, and I think it picked up the TV upstairs.
that's hilarious.
Hold on, I'll be
What's
right
going
back.
on, guys? Here you go. Here you go. We are deep. Awesome Possum, Billy the Kid, R-Seeds. What's up? David Ferris, Spin Rush. Just watched Die Hard 2 and 3. We literally just finished watching Santa Claus with Tim Allen about 10 minutes ago. So, yeah.
Nice.
BMRC's informed the wife today that Die Hard was, in fact, a Christmas movie.
100%.
Yep.
No question.
Owen Rogers is so excited. He just can't hide it. Jeff Brown was early for once.
Nice.
Did they end early with your comp up there, Jeff? John Martin, what's up, man? Alex, what up?
So, full disclosure, I had to put on shorts if I was going to be wearing the sweater because it gets hot down here. I'm like, have a register.
Hot down there?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Heard Monster Trucks is coming. Yeah, Monster Trucks is coming March 24th at Van Andel Arena. I know that one. Plus, they're coming in February to Detroit. I got my John Chris tickets as well.
Oh, nice
stuff coming on, man.
Have you seen John Chris before?
No. Last time I was going to see him, he got canceled.
Canceled.
Full on canceled. Canceled culture.
Yeah. We saw him before he blew up completely. It was hilarious.
Oh, you're early on. You were cool before cool was cool.
Very cool before cool was cool.
Have you? Yeah.
Are you guys getting an echo?
I hear an echo.
Do you? Is there a way for me to not have audio on the second camera?
Not from your iPhone. You got to use your iPhone as your main audio. Can you Bluetooth to your iPhone and just let that one be?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we got to put it on camera then.
Do we have, well, we can pipe it into the stream and it just won't be visible.
Be a dead cam. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Let's do that. Hold on.
We got a ton of snow here. So I left town. I've been busy. Like, I was in Turkey for a week for work. Then I got home for like 2 or 3 days, and then I flew to Houston. Got back, barely made my plane, like shutting the door. So I'm still in the Uber on the way to the airport.
There we go.
I was telling you this, Pablo. I was texting you live as it was happening. I didn't think I was going to make it home, and we were supposed to head to Detroit this weekend. So Friday night, I'm coming back from a shoot in Houston. We wrap at 4. We were supposed to wrap at 3. My flight's at 6:05. By the time I Uber tear down, it's like we ended after 4 because I didn't even get in the Uber till like 4:40.
Yeah.
And then flight at 6:05. Boarding is at 5:40. I get in the Uber and it says like an hour drive. We're sitting in the car for 20 minutes in a traffic jam, and the whole time it says an hour.
Oh.
So now it's like 5:20. It says we still have an hour before I get there. That's after my flight. Somehow this dude speed racers his way, gets into like an HOV lane, mad fast driving, like race car driver. We're like off the exit, but it's like 5:44. I'm getting the alert at 5:40 that they're boarding.
You're boarding.
Window is 10 minutes. It's 5:40 to 5:50 because 6:05. They're 15 minutes before they close the gate. We pull up to the airport 5:44. That means I got 6 minutes to get to the gate. And I haul booty. Like, because I didn't have to check anything. First time ever. I just flew carry-on, one bag.
Yeah.
They had all the camera gear there. I just went with clothes. Yeah, just clothes basically, and a computer. Boom. Ran to the gate, get the TSA pre-check. I'm like, sweet. There's only like 4 people in front of me. Should be fast, right? TSA pre-check.
Never.
Everyone knows you're a frequent flyer if you're doing TSA pre-check. Nah. They're getting up there. They're like, do I need to take out my phone out of my pocket? Like, I've got all this stuff in my pocket. Can I just walk through the thing with
Should
it?
I take off my shoes?
They're like,
How's
you
my
don't
belt?
have to take off your shoes or your belt. You literally just put your phone and anything in your pockets into your bag, shove it through. Don't pull your laptop out. Don't pull your liquids out. Just all in the bag, shove it through. You can leave your belt and shoes on and walk through that thing. It's fast. Like this, and they're like putting it in the flaps, like flipping out. And she's like, it's all gonna fall out when it hits that door. Who's trying to zip it up? I'm sitting there like, come on, dude. Like, finally, like, dude, I'm just gonna go around you while you figure this out. Drop my bag. You know, I'd already gotten stripped in the Uber. I was ready to hit that thing running, and just the phone out to show them my ticket, shove it in my bag. I'm through, running to the gate as they're like, last call. I'm like, is it open still? I'm like, yeah, you can get on. Because if I did it, I'd be there till the next day at 6.
Oh.
A whole nother day. It's the only flight out going to Grand Rapids left at 6 and gets in at like 10. And we were supposed to leave first thing in the morning to go to Detroit, which we ended up doing. But anyway, so yeah, Turkey, Houston, Detroit, just getting home.
Brutal.
Nuts. Yeah, nuts. And we have 15 inches of snow on the ground.
That's crazy. We got a lot of snow here, but not that much. It's been really cold. That's about it.
Yeah.
I think I got
those sweaters, Harley Designs.
What did he say?
They are pretty matchy. We did pretty good.
Well, it is Christmas.
Mine has monster trucks on it there, Josh. If you see that, I got like two nipple trucks here.
I'm trying to get my audio. I can't get my audio over to the MacBook.
Has anyone tried the Panda Hobby Tetra Portal Edition? Curious about that. The first Panda Hobby Portal was not good.
Yeah.
Monster Jam coming to Indy February 4th. I might try to come down for that, Owen.
You'd have to rent a plow, chase a plow all the way down there. It's getting cold here. I think we got 6 inches of snow, but it's going to be in the 20s for the next couple of days.
Yeah. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yes.
Horsey for all, Merry Christmas.
Like
Jeff Brown messaged us. We left and there was about 6 inches of snow on the ground. So it got crazy that whole day. It just kept snowing. Because I woke up Saturday and had to plow before we could even leave. I plowed our whole driveway, which I have a snow pusher. So 15, 20 minutes tops.
So is your snow wet or is it super dry and
no,
fluffy?
Super light. And now it's wet, but it was super light and fluffy.
Yeah, see, ours is always super wet.
Yeah.
Like heavy snow.
Seattle, it should be rain.
Yeah. Well, we're close to the mountain.
Yeah. So. Close enough to Seattle. But yeah, it was nuts. So we still have it here on the ground, a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I plowed the rest of it. My poor father-in-law is out there. We left. If I'm not there with the snow pusher, Amazon wouldn't deliver our packages. After I left, same day, they said it's too busy later in the afternoon. It snowed so much that they wouldn't come down our driveway. And our driveway is huge. We have a big driveway.
Yeah.
And he manned up and he shoveled the whole freaking thing by hand. I can't even imagine. I would have just screw Amazon.
Yeah.
Next week.
I know. We ordered all our presents late, and so now they're all coming over. When are they coming? Thursday, hopefully. We're getting a lot of them on Thursday. And we get them all delivered to the shop because we don't want porch pirate stuff. And the shop is like At least they get in the door.
Yeah. I don't know if we had porch pirates. So when I got back from Turkey, I was all excited because I had a whole bunch of packages waiting for me.
Allegedly.
Bearings and all that for T-Rex 4M. Did you get yours?
I don't know. Yeah, I got something.
Okay.
I stopped by the mailbox today and I was like, what did Tony send me? So I haven't opened it yet.
Okay.
Been running.
Well, I forgot to send you accidentally. It slid off my seat and down into the crevice.
Yeah.
So I found it. I'm like, what the heck? Pablo's. Luckily, it was you and not somebody else's.
Let me see what it is. I've got something to show that I need to send you.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't shown it yet, except for you.
How is 9:30 is about to head to the Midwest to experience negative 50 degrees. Christmas, I hate it. No, you don't hate it. So I'm not buying RCs this month. Here's why. I just bought, and Josh is a lover of fine things. He has like some like $1,000 pen or something that he was bragging about on one of the live streams recently. Not really 1,000, but like a high-end pen was his in the mail thing. I bought $260 boots today.
Oh yeah,
snow boots that are like banning something. They're from Canada, so you know they're good.
Oh,
because they know how to do winter.
Yes.
Banning.
What are they called? I designed this display for those years ago.
Really?
What is it called? It's not
Starts
banning.
with B.
Yeah. I designed this like really cool radius display that lit up and all that kind of thing.
Do they have fur on the top? No. But they're good to negative 148 degrees.
That's it?
They're massive. So like what I liked about them was there's no laces. I hate tying shoes. I'm crotchety. Give me Crocs. Give me Vans. Give me PFG Columbia fishing shoes that slip on, and I'm good to go. So boots, I don't want to be tying them up. I wanted something I could just slip on. And
whoa,
I slipped them on, and they fit amazing. And yeah. Well, the other thing is I have like this tendonitis thing on my left heel. I've told you about that when you were together.
Yeah.
Like I have to learn to rewalk every time I stand up and try to walk. Because it hurts to walk, but if I can make myself just bite through that first bit of pain, it doesn't hurt. But if I just limp it, it just continues to hurt. Well, certain shoes will rub on that. Baffin, that's it.
Glacier 642. Thank you very much.
So anyway, yeah, the those ones didn't hurt. They were like putting big pillows around my feet, and they're so big that they just go right over your pants, and then they have like a drawstring. You're not like trying to figure out, do I put my pants over it? Do I put my pants in it? It's just like, nope, they go inside the boot.
100% moon boot right there.
Yeah, total moon boot, man. They're huge. Go up to my like just above my calf so I won't get snow on them. Yeah. Oh, they did come.
There they are. Ooh. See, now I have this other camera set up so we could be like, bow.
Oh, show it off.
I don't know how it works.
They are moon boots. They're the biggest things I've ever seen. Oh, there it is. There's your arm. That might even be an elbow.
How do we swap this over?
There.
You control it. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
You need another light.
Oh, I know what to do. This is what I got this for. I put Velcro on this light.
Let Velcro to the stand.
Yep. That's how I do my videos now.
These bearings have been flying off the shelf.
I bet. There they are.
Because the TRX 4M, for the cost of bearings, should have come with it.
Full kit.
$175.
Should I do a little show and tell?
Sure. You got it with you?
With yours?
Oh, can you show that thing that's right there?
This? What? Yes. I can't talk too much about it because he's still awake upstairs.
He doesn't just see it sitting on your desk and know?
I just brought it in. That's
Oh.
why I had to run out to the garage. So,
Think of a video game. It's on the top of it. We won't say the name out loud.
Look at that. Pretty rad, huh?
That's pretty cool.
I'm trying to see if it'll focus
You did
on
good.
the detail.
Frank Noggle, I just sent out 2 packages for you, man. I wish I'd have thought beforehand and just done 1 package.
And then there's this little guy.
Oh, yeah. Now that's the stuff right there. Michigan Ice Monster.
Yep. It's the CCX
Oh, you changed.
RC Ice Monster.
I like that.
There you go. So I'll probably shoot this out tomorrow or the next day.
We got to get our monster, or our not monster jam, our Penda freestyle going.
I know. We just me says nice paint. It's actually a wrap.
Yeah.
And
the other one is not even painted either. It's just the color of the print.
So this I did on the computer, and then I printed it out and wrapped it all up.
Must be nice to have that
little access to some toys.
Yeah.
And then this one I drew. I found the pictures and I just drew over it and printed it out and cut it out, and there you go. This is just the filament color.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
So,
any tire wheel wrecks for the Capra UTB18 Spec RC, man. Mine looks wicked with those wheels on.
Yeah, it does. Super wicked.
Pitbull tires on it.
Yep.
Frank Noggle says there are a ton of options for bearings, but I still bought yours. Well, there's not a ton of options in the U.S. If you want to order them from China on eBay, there's maybe but
there we go.
Other than that, there's Traxxas, which are more than twice as much, and then there's Fast Eddie, which is about $8 more, $9 more, and it doesn't have the rubber steel bearing for the tall, thin one, whatever size that is. Those are all rubber sealed ones.
They're very nice.
So yeah.
Now that means I have to take my whole truck apart again. But I appreciate it.
To make the front steering link for the TX4M? No, I don't plan to. There's going to be a ton of stuff coming out for the TRX4M. I don't think I'm going to jump on that bandwagon like I did with the SCX24. I don't think most of it's actually necessary.
Mm-hmm.
They handle pretty good out of the box. Bearings is one thing, and I opened the bearing kit. Here's mine that's opened. But I only put them in the transmission case. So I don't want to put them in the axles right now because I'm going in the snow with it. So it doesn't make sense to run them right now. So I probably am going to run all of mine in the water. So I'll probably only do the transmissions in most of mine.
Yeah.
So, and maybe, probably one transmission. But I did just get the powdered, sintered metal gears for the diffs. I don't know that it's going to be any better than the plastic ones, honestly. When I look at the metal in it, I'm like, these look like.
Where'd you get the power? Where'd you get those from?
I ordered the TRX4M ones from Traxxas, and they were supposed to come in January, but they came already.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kalen's asking if you've done any racing lately.
Just monster trucks in November. I've been not in the country since then.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked up extra bushing kit because submarine.
Yeah. We drove ours in the snow. Well, more specifically, my son drove it in the snow.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to go in. And I thought he was cold. And then he handed me the controller, and the battery is getting mushy. I was like, thanks.
Yeah. I've been doing a ton of stuff build wise. So
Your puller's been looking pretty cool.
the puller's been fun. I put the FureTech in this one. I changed the body out because the other one had lights, and I haven't found out how to get the lights to work with the FureTech system.
So with that Komodo, or whatever that motor's called,
Yeah, micro Komodo.
is there any adapter that you need for it, or does it bolt right up?
No, well, this one came with the adapter already on it.
Okay.
From them, they sell it that way now. But Flubber Stuffers also sells one for like $7 or $8 or something like that, a 3D printed one to just fix it and adapt it. And they make it for the Komodo size as well, the bigger one. So I ordered one of those, which I lost.
The Outrunner Komodo?
Yeah, both of these are. I mean, there's a micro Outrunner, and then there's the actual Komodo that's the regular size. He makes them for both. I prefer the bigger one.
Yeah. I
know everyone complains about the weight, but it's just so much torquier, man. Like it's
and I don't know if you saw my crawler. I broke it twice with the grip of those tires and how much torque is in that Komodo.
Yeah. So, yeah, I put the metal links on this one. I don't love them. I'll probably make some metal links. That'll be one thing I do make.
Oh, because of
these traction ones with the transition are garbage. So, yeah, that was an expensive mistake. And they don't hang on my hanger very well anymore because of that bump out on that.
Oh.
So.
Oh, you can see mine right here.
Is it hanging?
Yep.
Nice.
There's one right there. Let me move this out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta move bobblehead Jesus out of the way. Watch out.
There it is. I see it. Man,
and then I have my other two up here. The 24s. So yeah, they work really well. I was actually thinking, what was I thinking of using them for? I put it on the wall and I was like, you know what? I could put something else up there, and I don't remember what it was.
Frank Noggle says, I don't know what it was, what is good or foreign when it comes to this side of hobby. Most of it anyway. I mean, the bearings, honestly, a lot of these companies are getting from overseas. It's just a matter of shipping from there. That's the thing. Like mine are all here, just shipping pretty fast. If I'm in town, they're shipping same day if they are ordered before noon right now. And then I missed Monday because we were in Detroit, but everything's shipped out today from the weekend. But yeah, all of the stuff from Fast Eddie's is good. I mean, I've had good success with their stuff. The van down by the river will spank Traxxas. It's really good.
Really?
The rock van is really good. I like it a lot.
So what size is it compared to the TRX-4M?
Same size.
Same size.
Yep. Smaller motor. It's running the 180 can, the smaller, long 180s. But it's really smooth. Its biggest detriment, I think, it's got portals, which love them or hate them. It has portals. And it's a lighter upper. But I would say that it handles about the same as the Traxxas. Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's interesting.
It's that wider, both, it doesn't turn as good. It turns really good. It's surprisingly good for those portals. It turns really well. Not TRX-4M good, but it's awesome. I really like it. I have a video of that and the TRX-4M with the PureTech motor, both being run up at Reaction to post still. I took it all with me to Houston, didn't have time. And then I took it with me to Detroit and didn't have time. And it was just not a good setup to work on anything or upload it. So
sure.
I did upload the poll video from. No, I did that here too. So I didn't even open the computer at either one. I took it both places, and I shouldn't have. But yeah, the van is awesome. I really like it.
Right on. That video I was watching of the gold truck, the King, pulling on 2S, sound like it was whining pretty hard, dude.
Which one? The
Your gold truck, the puller.
on 3S.
On 2S, it sounded like it was straining. 3S sounded fine,
Okay.
but I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, I was waiting for it to pop.
Yeah, we were trying to pop the blue one.
Yeah.
When I first was testing it, I sent you the videos. But yeah, I actually am making up a bunch of those right now. And I've got two versions. I've got the long and then the short, as far as and it's not that much longer, but the because if you have taller wheels, to clear more. But if you want to keep it nice and tucked, you'd want the short one. I think most people, getting the weight out further is better anyway. But yeah, it's just
I've got a marketing idea for you.
Quarters just seemed like a fun thing. It wasn't my idea. Somebody else was saying, my buddy Ricky was saying that he was going to try and do quarters and just put springs on the side to hold them in, so he could change
like
the
a
amount
coin
of
machine.
You could put them in or out, like, and have springs holding them, so you could, because you don't know. At some point, the motor can only do so much weight, and that's including what's in the truck and what it's pulling. And there might be an advantage to actually having less weight up front in order to be able to pull more weight behind. And so finding that balance, and that's why I took his idea and just did these slotted for quarters, and that way people can remove or add weight as they want instead of the stick-on kinds. And it just seemed fun. You could actually bet your quarters if you wanted that are in it.
So I was going to say, that's the marketing thing you should do. You should get rolls of quarters because it's $10 for a roll and sell them for $14.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was even just thinking that whoever wins, everybody opens up their box, give it to the winner.
There you go.
Make a little bet.
That'd be awesome. That would be good, actually. So I've got to change out an LMT axle.
Uh-oh. You broke it? The cold?
No. It's been broken for a while. But what I'm worried about is I don't think I have the right side left. You'll see. Let me grab this bad boy. It's so big.
I don't know what you did.
It looks like I just birthed the LMT.
What happened?
Huh? Oh, it's so you know how there's a side on the back? I don't know if I have the right one left.
Did it crack?
Yeah.
Well, if that cracked at that part.
Maybe it didn't.
They'll chip away on a lot of them.
No, the back one's fine. It's just the face. Nice. I was worried it was the back one.
Oh, you cracked the axle itself?
Yeah.
But you didn't crack the two back pieces?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought I did. But I did not. So it's an easy fix. Just like that.
Well, it's still a lot of screwing.
Don't tell my wife.
How much should it weigh if you put a $20 bill in there? So people were asking how much of a difference the weight makes. I can look at that real quick earlier. So I have this one.
Makes about $6 difference.
Filled. And it's pretty much a stock truck. It does have the 8-gram brass portal or the diff covers. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty stockish. It's aluminum wheels, but that doesn't really change the weight that much. So between this and another one.
So Endo's RC has a good question that's been kind of a hot topic for some of my friends. And it says, is a mod slash a good idea to get into racing? I have my own feelings about this, Tony. What's your feeling?
All right. I actually, Alex, I need to come by there and buy one from you for him. I was going to do it today when I was passing by from coming back from Cabela's.
What are you talking about?
He's asking about the shirt. I can't find it anywhere, man.
Oh.
I've asked my wife and kid because when I got it and we were doing that video, then all this other crap happened. I was traveling for the racing and
oh yeah.
I don't know where it went. It was all rolled up perfectly and it was set in there. But
you'll find it. So perfect
as soon
example.
as I buy and ship you one, I will find it. I guarantee.
I couldn't find this, which is turned down, so I can fit it into my wheels for an 8mm. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the shop and turn this one down. And as soon as I got home and put it in the wheel, I had to run upstairs to grab something out of the junk drawer. And this whole thing was in there.
I know. It's going to show up in like one of the bins or something that I took to the race or something. I'm going to have stacked it in there. I just know it. So the difference is the one with the weight box on it is 498 grams, and the stock truck was 308 grams. And that still has the little stuff on the top of it, even as far as the roof rack and that. So it adds quite a bit of weight, 190 grams.
So I was asking that question for the Endo's RC, and this has been a topic of debate out here. But his question is a mod slash a good idea to get into racing? What are your thoughts? Well, I guess it depends on what class.
Depends.
Right?
If you've got a slash class, that's stock.
Right.
Other than that, no.
I'd agree.
I mean, it just doesn't have the tunability that some of the other ones do.
Also, I feel like,
but it just costs a lot of money to upgrade it to even be competitive with low C or a associated or a techno. Techno really.
Roadside RC is made a good few videos about. I think it's Roadside. The comparison between the Pro 2 and the Slash.
Yeah.
And it's a very good video because it is very clear side to side what is what and, out of the box. And that's my thing is like if the class allows you to really modify your chassis, then maybe, but you're going to have to do so much work versus like getting a short course kit that's either, like you said, associated, a low C, techno.
I had that low C10 and that thing was beast. Yeah.
Well, they come out of the box, LCG and everything.
Yep.
And the tunability on them is awesome.
Pro Tune, all the upgrades, Mm-hmm. Metal chassis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'd have to get the low LCG and all this stuff for the Traxxas. I just don't think. And then it's got the plastic drive shafts that you have to go MIP or something else.
Right.
So many things you got to do.
Yeah. RC4 all says Pro 2 for the win. Out of the box in a stock setup, yeah. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan on is the ESC because it's one of those ESCs that's like half throttle to 90% real quick.
Yeah.
But that's any stock ESC basically that you're going to get into. But the tunability and the balance and the LCG, because like out of the box, I'm pretty sure the Pro 2 has front sway bars, rear sway bars, better shocks, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you doing any snow bashing?
Not yet. I need to. It's too deep almost.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the clearance.
So
maybe a big one, but I don't have paddle tires for the big ones.
I was debating going on a hike with the truck tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that I'm like, I don't know how deep the snow is going to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get out there with a 10-pound truck and get a ways in and then be like, I want to go home.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we got 12 inches. So you think, I mean, there's going to burn into the, dig in and then you're done. You're better off with about like 4 inches.
That's
and
what she
even that, I mean, if you're not doing like monster truck, you could be dragging the chassis pretty good. So, my favorite winter truck is the Fire Team, just because I have that white one and it looks so cool with them driving through with the paddle tires on. So that's kind of like my designated snow basher, but I will probably also do the Max, not the X Max, but the Max.
Yeah.
I could do the X Max, I guess. I did run the X Max recently, but there was no snow on the ground. But
I've got paddles, like short course paddles, but only for a 2-wheel drive. I only have 2 of them, and I have 4 of these, the RC 4-wheel drives.
Yeah,
but they're worthless. They're so small.
Oh yeah,
like so small.
Somebody's asking about LMT axle upgrades or things. The best thing you can do is where the links mount is run zip ties around it, because those link mounts on the bottom will pull out.
You want to add that camera to the stream? I have mine.
Yeah, so he's got them zip tied there, holding those lower links up. The other thing you can do is Freecell RC made, and I don't know if they still are selling them because they've closed up shop, but they made an undermount.
That carbon fiber thing.
Carbon fiber that keeps the axles from flexing too bad and doing the chipping that you're talking about. It's helpful for sure, but you have to still need those zip ties, because especially when you put those mounts in, I did even longer screws than they gave me because they wanted to pull out of the bottom like that. But putting the zip ties around really does help it. You
got to take your king slings out.
I know. I think the other snow truck that I'm going to do is that and the Fire Team. I was just thinking about it today.
Dude, I have a ton of video I still have to do or have to edit with the king sling in the snow.
So deep right now, I couldn't. I was out there plowing it today, thinking about it, and it's just too much. But I have a tractor, so I can literally half plow it, like snow push like down to like 3 inches and just make a course.
Right.
So, in fact, I did that for our little parking. We park up on our berm just so that got, the UPS. And I mean, we get so many packages every day that we need to leave the loop open for them to get out, because you can't back out of our driveway either. So we have to keep the loop open. And so we park up on the little berm in the middle of the loop, and it's not paved or anything. We just park on the grass. Yeah. So I was doing that. So when you get out, the snow doesn't go up into your calf. I went and half plowed it, just enough that I wasn't tearing the grass up, but like leaving about 1 inch left on the ground. And so I need to do that places so I can still rip the RCs through it.
There you go. Man, that is a rusty nut. You can't see it. As rusty as
I can relate to the Fire Team, System City. Yeah,
this LMT has been fun.
Snow bashing C-dubs with the X Max in the past, the 6S. So much fun. Overheating it in the snow because it just cake. I mean, the wheels get so full of snow, and inside it gets covered in snow. And yeah, But I need to get paddle tires because we also have a lot of sand around here. Voodoo Trucking likes my Gravedigger sweater. But yeah.
These monster trucks do good in the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Nice.
I mean,
big wide tires.
They do, but you've got a big axle that works like that.
Pushes.
Yeah, pushes snow around if it's too deep.
True.
But Fling Kings or King Flings on the fire team, that sounds fun.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing a lot of the little stuff, I'll be honest. We like them. I got my Max Smasher in. I haven't done a video on it yet.
Oh.
I need to. I did get one. I ordered one.
Nice.
And it's here, but I haven't had time. And I also have a FureTech system to put into the UTB, as well as this Raw 400.
Oh, yeah, the LP.
The LP right here.
Nice.
It's going to go in it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've got a couple things in the mail recently. I got that, and then I'll go get the... be right back. I'll go get the Traxxas things so you can see what they look like.
Sounds good. I got to pop this off here. I'm going to add this one to the stream. Oh. Move Tony out of the way. Let's do this. Wow. There. So I'm going to fix this axle tonight so we can have fun in the snow. Probably break another one, but, you know, it's part of life. I forgot all the work it takes to get this thing apart. Would be a lot nicer if I had my electric screwdriver going. But you guys wouldn't like that because it's super loud. Okay. So, oh, you're back.
I'm back.
All right. Oh, wait. Now I can take out my earbud. Talk again?
All right, I'm back.
Dude, the audio just came over my computer. I've been dying because all I've been doing is hearing it, my double talk. That's why I've been talking over you.
Oh, because you got this on now.
Yeah, well, because is that what it is when it's in the stream? That's the only way I can
use talk through it.
Oh,
I'll show you real quick. These are those gears. You can see them just like a powder metal type.
Nice.
But 9779. I got 2 sets of them. But yeah.
Well, what's the idea behind that? Is if you add a lot more power to it?
Yeah, I mean Metal Gear, I guess. I did it for the monster trucks.
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, we strip them out, right? The diffs, especially in monster trucks.
Yeah.
See, the Jeg Sen trucks are on sale for $99. I did see that.
I saw that too.
No matter what RC it is, if it's got that much hobby grade to it, that's a great deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that and I was like, ooh, that seems cool.
Chainsaw, any idea when the FureTech system for the mini cap will be out? I pre-ordered it. I do not have any idea. I don't. There was some hate for FureTech going on in one of the forums I'm in on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they're not loving the customer service. So I've just never had anything go bad with mine. So
yeah. And
I had somebody have issues with their monster truck, and they sent it back to me to set it up for them. And I did. Oh, that's not true. I did have one with this guy, the same guy, ordered the avatar, and it would turn on and it wouldn't show anything. And so it was a bad controller, and they sent me a new one to send. So, but I mean, I really, for the most part, with any of the ESCs, I haven't burned a single one up, or the motors. I mean, they're still running my originals, even the before the new Pro, you know, the V2s and all that of the Lizard, still working. So
I just realized I've never replaced the front axle on this. I'm like, what is this? There's a lot to do on the front axle.
Yep, there is.
I did the rear axle once before. The front axle, it looks like I have to blow the whole thing apart.
FureTech can't solve anything. The directions won't, Corey McKenzie says.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, I just some people have like they're glitchy or they're not smooth or some different things like that. A lot of times when I found out that they weren't running smooth, it was just that I would redo the gear mesh, and that's what I ended up doing on that monster truck. It wasn't smooth, and I set the gear mesh right, and it was smooth right out everything. So.
I'm interested to see more of that 6x6 they came out with.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious. I mean, 6x6s are cool. I have that one by FMS, but it just doesn't have enough power. But I'm thinking if they set it up with all the FureTech stuff, it would have tons of power.
Massive power.
Ready, that's awesome, man. And glad I could set you up with the ramp. I hope it works for you. I stopped selling the backflip ramp because after the first batch, the mold broke.
Oh no!
I had to make a new mold from the old ones by pouring plaster into it and making a new mold, but it wasn't the same height even when I did it to the bottom of it. And then if I did, it cracked because it was so thin that the plaster under the pressure of it sucking down would crack the ends of it. And so I just stopped selling it. And I have several of them on my shelf, but I just don't feel like it's as good as the original was.
Have you tried printing that one that I sent you? I haven't tried.
I need to print it, and I need to make a 3D mold of that.
I haven't tried it yet. So
my printer has literally been nonstop printing these things here.
Oh yeah.
Which these are the TRX4M ones. I also have the SCX24 ones now.
Nice.
Wet wall hangers, and I have the FMS, which are wider because they've got to hang from the two link supports, and so they've been cut to hold those. But yeah, in fact, I don't have one here, but they're all hanging. But they're all different sizes. That one being the longest, and it's $1 more. It just takes a whole hour longer to do. I don't know if the pricing's set right or what, based on time. I don't know how people set their pricing because some things seem like truck nuts and all that are tying in not that much, but they charge like $6-7 for them, and these are $5 and $6 and quite substantial.
Yeah.
And sending it with the screws now. I got the screws bagged up to go with it, so I probably should have raised the price just because the screws were quite a bit extra to add in, but whatever. I just like people using them.
They're rad. They're rad. They've worked really well for me, and it's funny because the mini
and they're free if you print it yourself. I'm not trying to it's just I'm only doing it for people that don't have a printer and don't want to do it, you know.
Yeah, I printed mine myself, and they work great. Mine. What's nice about it is like the mini crawlers for some reason are like the clutter crawlers on my bench. They just like everywhere on my bench, and I'm just like, get out of my way.
RC Jeep guy bought this right here where my thumb is. I brought it over here from the studio to get ready to ship it. I had to go get a box. I don't have a box that big.
I didn't see what it is.
The Son of a Digger, the steel shaft. Here, I'll show everybody.
Yeah, let's see.
They got this whole thing for the cost of the chassis.
What?
So, yeah, $450.
Nice.
Paid $134 from Drive RC earlier on. Nice thick body. Steel, custom made, blue cage was $450.
Were you selling it on your website?
Yeah, Metal Links. This alone is $50.
Yeah.
Right here, Servo Saver.
And you can't get them anymore.
Nope. $100 Hot Racing metal transmission case with the metal gear. Castle, I think it's a 4600 kV 4-pole with the Sidewinder 3 and an ESS1 system in here with the monster truck sounds already plugged into it. That's $100.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, I mean, and then $120 wheels and tires. Yeah, I mean, he got a awesome deal on this.
That is a sweet deal.
And it's got the metal. Well, it's got these zoomies on here, collected pipes,
Yes.
metal sway bars. But this cage is beautifully, beautifully done. It's probably a $1,000 truck. Easy.
That's a sweet deal.
Yep.
Psycho Garage 13 is asking, would I recommend the Enduro SE? I've been thinking about it since I love the Ecto that I have, thanks to Tony. So, yes, easy, hands down. And that's not just because I'm a Element guy. It's because of the price. It's cheaper than any other RTR, and it comes with all the stuff that's already. I mean, if you can get over the bushings, which I can quickly because of the water and stuff that I go in. If you can get over the bushings, then it's a slam dunk. The new ESC, or not ESC, the new transmission, the Stealth XF. Oh, dude, super rad. So I've driven it quite a bit now. When I first drove it, it was miles smoother than the stock other Element stuff that I've driven. With the ESC and the gearing and with the new radio helps out a lot. But over time, I think I'm like, yeah, I'm running it all stock still. But over time, I think I've noticed that I would prefer to change out the ESC and motor. So I had to run it stock for a little bit and show what it can do stock and all that kind of stuff. And I think now I'm out of that period. And so one of the first things I'm going to do is swap out the motor in ESC. But then from there, so here's the other secret. From there, the radio is actually pretty good. And then if you get the new FlySky GT7, I think, or GP7, whatever it is, it's compatible with the receiver and it's got all the telemetry built in. So it's already set up for a really good transmitter out of the box, which is cool. Yeah. So it's kind of like one of those things that people don't really know of a selling point. If I kind of want to get a new, I'm in that donut where I want to get a new transmitter, but I'm so deep in my transmitter universe. Oh no, don't strip out. So deep in that universe, I don't want to get a new radio.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get a new like hardware radio because mine, the bottom case broke.
Okay.
And that's what I hang my camera off of. And yeah, so would I recommend it? Yes. Would I recommend some changes? Yes. The shocks are still really good, even though they're those pen shocks. And the everything else is good. The steering on axle is huge. That's a huge. The nice thing about it coming stock out of the box that way is that servo, the stock servo, is going to last so much longer than a normal stock servo. Says the GP7 is only like $80. Yep, that's not bad at all for what it can do.
All right. So another question was from the Gridneck. Where'd that go? Here it is.
Would one of those hooks hold it? One? Yeah.
So this one's 600 grams. And I hang it on these, no problem. So, I mean, these things will hold. As long as your wall's going to hold it, I don't think these will have any issue holding it. As long as you get your screw into something that's going to hold it.
But
like these I have this big board, which
before
is
you get
wall.
Before you get too overzealous, depends on who's printing it and what they're printing it with.
Well, I'm printing it.
Right.
Mine.
But I'm saying if someone else prints it and doesn't print at the right temp and has bad adhesion, it could.
These lines on these are super good. These are done on a Prusa,
Right.
and so they're very tight. But yeah, if you have one the way that they're stacked, if you print like this, it's potential it could if it's not if it doesn't have good adhesion, that they'll pull apart. But the ones that I'm selling are, I mean, I'm tugging on it, putting some definite weight on it, and they're not.
Just trying to save your bacon.
Whether or not you hit a stud or you have wall your best bet for something like these, if you're going to do multiple, is to put a board, like a backer board up that you screw into 2 studs.
Yeah.
And then screw them into that like you would a coat rack or anything. Yeah. Instead of putting these direct into the wall, you'd put a board up and then screw these into that board for them to hang.
There's mine right there.
Yeah, so you've got into a board.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those video tripods. This tripod that I'm running right now is the same tripod that I got in Photography 1 in college.
Yeah.
It's pretty crappy. Time for a video head.
Castle XLX2 for a raminator. I don't know. I don't know anything about making them electric. Max 4 versus Castle. I see most people doing the Max
8. Or no. For the raminator. Oh. That's out of my
big hobby wings.
The raminator's out of my league. I don't know anything about that.
The GP7 is only like $80, isn't it? Not bad with the GP7.
The GP7 is the transmitter, the new transmitter from FlySky that you can bind with the Enduro SE.
Okay.
So it says the Traxxas TRX4 Sport is $370 and the Enduro SE is $300. Isn't it worth to go with to get the Sport? I don't think so. I mean, the Sport is just the baseline. It doesn't, as far as I haven't built the Sport, but I've worked on them, and it's just the transmission. There's no locker or anything in it. So in my eyes, it depends on what you want to do. I guess
you do the overdrive for the Element one. There's quite a few things that they make.
Well, the biggest selling point that probably hasn't been talked about enough is the transmission. So the new transmission is, instead of it being like the typical, this isn't a Stealth X, but instead of being like a typical upright, transmission like this, they laid it down now. So it's all laid down and the motor goes straight in between the axle housing. I mean, the frame rail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, here, I can get it. I can get it and show it. It's just the new. Like, it's the new stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that there's been a lot of thought. And that's the thing that I like about it. Like, they were guilty of it the last couple of years where they were kind of just rebadging some of their rides, and that's it. But, now that they've done a lot of new stuff, it makes it worth. The axles are new also. The body's thicker. It comes pre-built. The TRX4 Sport, I think, is a kit. Maybe that one's pre-built. I don't know. Is the Sport pre-built or is it a kit? I thought it was a kit. All right.
No, they have the Sport as a ready to run. Yeah.
So the trans here now is laid down and super low. It's almost as tall as a receiver box, if that, which means your center of gravity is way lower. And then the motor now is like almost perfectly in the center of your frame rails, pushed forward. And it comes, I mean, that right there to me is a really big difference. The axles are better than what they used to be. They're a little stiffer. And then the front axle has a servo on axle already stock out of the box.
Okay.
which is nice. Like I said, that's going to make your stock RTR servo last a lot longer. Aside from benefits, I mean, RTRs in that price range are pretty close across the board. I think this one's set up so that it would probably be more capable with some, you get the shock keys to lower your CG even more. This thing's going to be really capable just with that one. I mean, it's really capable right now, but just with that one change, it's going to make it a good crawler, like a belly dragger almost.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of our guys take the Element ones or turn them into comp trucks.
Yeah,
that's what they use it now.
Yep. And the transmission is better.
They buy the kit, builder's kit, and then they just comp it out.
Yep.
But going back to the backer board thing, I'd do like a 1x8 for people that are thinking about it, because then the whole truck will sit on it.
There you go.
If you just do a thin one, the front wheels will hang weird. But if you did a 1x8 where it's mounted and the front wheels still touch on it, you'd be golden. So I just thought I'd end that thought. I was measuring there for a little bit while you're talking about the Element.
Oh, no worries. No, I mean, if I was to look at price points so for instance, I'm a builder, right? Like most of my trucks are kit builds or piece together builds, kind of a thing. So for me, if I'm looking across the board at RTRs, what's the best value? For me, I think the best value is the SE because of the cost and what it comes with. There's some that I would be interested in getting that aren't Element, but they're just at a different price point. They're like totally different. Like the Traxxas mud truck or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called, but the Cheyenne, that thing's awesome. The Blazer's awesome, but that's like way higher price point than the SE. I mean, you're talking $200-$300 more.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Cross RC JT4. That thing's wicked looking.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of Unimog look to it.
Yeah.
With like a... What's the front end look like on it? Like a Toyota or something? That thing's awesome. Let's talk about Christmas, because we called it that, and we asked some people what their favorites were over on... Oh, Harley's going to disagree.
Oh, Harley, you want to fight me? Let's fight. Just kidding.
Well, the other thing would be part availability. So it depends too. One of the biggest factors you got to weigh in is what people have locally. If you have a local shop that you shop at.
Yep.
So like our one that has the awesome course in it, they sell a ton of Element stuff.
Sure.
Upgrades, you name it, a lot of Element, and so many people run them, upgraded. That's one of the courses, and no Traxxas. Like they don't have a Traxxas deal.
Right.
Neither of the two shops that have a crawler course do. The other one sells a ton of, speaking of Harley, Vanquish stuff. And so there's a ton of Vanquish upgrades and different things you can get for either Vanquish or for, your other rigs that they've got. So pre-built out there. So Traxxas isn't necessarily the best option in those cases. Most of those guys are running a whole bunch of mismatch stuff that's completely upgraded from, almost no stock parts anymore. So,
right.
Well, I will say that the Traxxas stuff, that's what you got local and dealers, and then that makes a whole lot of
huge. Yeah, that's huge. And to me, like what I was saying about being a builder is that for the cost value, like for instance, if I was to buy a truck and wanted to immediately change out the powertrain, right? Yeah. If I had $70 to throw at the powertrain, that's the new hobby wing, basically, right? Or that's, there's a lot of different options that you could do for $70. It's going to make the truck outperform way more or if you want to scale it out, you have that kind of budget to scale it out more. Like,
Yeah,
there's
but bearings aren't cheap. So if you're gonna switch out to bearings,
right,
at least $30
yeah,
for a full size rig.
sure,
Full size being 1/10.
yeah, yeah,
Some of the things you're talking about: metal panhard mount, shock bodies, etc. Metal shock bodies. So those are some expensive upgrades to change out. Shocks aren't cheap, but yeah. So it really comes down to it. I mean, I personally really like my Ecto. That's what I run. I mean, or my VS410, but that's not kind of the same realm. That's completely built.
yeah,
Kit, and then I get to choose all my electronics. It's a $1,000 build almost.
yeah. And I haven't. So that's one of those things. Like I've done 10.2 builds. I've had worked on the TRX4. I haven't done anything with the Vanquish stuff.
Yeah,
It's a little too fancy for me. It's
well,
not too fancy. It's just I'm now getting to that point. I wasn't to that point before.
And I'll say the Element thing is new to me moving to Michigan. None of the shops in Virginia carried Element.
Yeah, well, it's like Red Cat, right? So like I used to be a huge Red Cat, and I wouldn't say ambassador, but I mean like I was into Red Cat, and because my Red Cats were they were performing really well, they were durable, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. And then like there's 0 part support out here all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, then now what? And then that's how I got into Element. And
Logan's asking what electronics I'm running in the pull truck, which I'm super happy to have this running again, because you were the only person, you and Ryan Anderson were the only people to see it really crawling. Well, in Weston.
Yeah.
Because after that, it was pretty beat up because
it's ego.
The what? My ego was pretty destroyed as well, because you guys' trucks destroyed mine.
Just saying, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I blame these Mud Boss tires that everybody told me to get, but that's a different story.
See, that's your thing. It's like, oh, it's the tires. Oh, it's these Hustlers. They're terrible.
Yeah. Well, you see how good I do with my other. Yeah, I just run a micro Komodo in here with a Pro. I didn't put a Ultimate in here. So it's just the Lizard Pro running the Rampart, and then a Honey Badger servo. I don't have to steer a whole lot, so. But yeah, those are the electronics, all running off of the Avatar. One of my favorite radios, hands down, out of any of my radios, even my 110 scale. I love it.
One hand down.
One hand
on the Avatar.
Perfect one-handed driver. I mean, you cannot have an easier to reach thumb wheel. I mean, it's like right where you want it. So that, and it has all the features of a bigger, better radio in their little screen here.
I think that's cool. I haven't tried the Avatar yet. It looks pretty rad, what it offers for being such a small.
All the trims, expos, reverses, all that stuff in here. But I'm actually about to power up another one. I bought another one. So I like it that much. Yeah. But I found out that it binds to whatever one that low-C in them. So it's a cheap radio. The stock one's like a $30 radio with receiver on eBay. It's called like Race Star or something. I don't remember the name of it. But the ones that have like the buttons that you push in, there's like 6 buttons here. And then it's on the low-C 18th and 16th scale, buggy and truggy. So they use it. It's, they got this removable top piece. So same handle, but apparently those receivers work with this, which is maybe why when they sell it as FureTech, they just sell you it's like they stripped it out of the case or something. It's just all raw. You just stick it. It's just the board, maybe they just crack them out of them or whatever, so they're not branded. I don't know.
I wonder if it would do the Fly Sky, because the Fly Sky is, there's the older version, the version that I use, is it binds up to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't. I don't think it blinds to that, but it does bind. I'll have to look it up. I ordered a bunch off of eBay for like multiple receivers. I'm gonna try and bind it to it. If they don't work with this, they definitely work with those little radios, and I have several of them. My son runs one for his little micro. When you have to add a receiver, I've got several of those transmitters from those Losies that I've converted over to brushless and have to run it off my radio. So anyway, let's talk Christmas movies.
Yeah, RC Farrell just got us back on track.
Yeah.
He goes, favorite Christmas movie, go. And so far we have Charlie Brown Christmas, we have Die Hard, we have, I thought that was, so someone on Instagram commented Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Can't.
What did Amy Storm say? He said Last Action Hero.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I haven't seen Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. Jim Henson and the Muppets. That was a favorite of mine.
The first Home Alone.
First Home Alone is really good.
It's quality. Christmas Vacation. So The Night Before is a good one. We talked about that just a minute ago. Grinch with Jim Carrey. Daddy's Home 2 is funny.
The new Grinch is really good. The animated one, I think.
Yeah, that was on tonight. Gremlins. Gremlins is one that
good.
On the last 2 years, it's been on my list, and I just have not been able to make it. It's one of those where I'm like, I don't know if the kids would watch this or should watch. You know what I mean? That,
like, they should watch it. Spielberg, man, right?
Huh?
Who directed that one? Not Spielberg.
I don't know, but it's a little scary, alien-ish for an 8-year-old.
If you get water on them, otherwise they're cute.
Yeah. Elf, duh.
Go Dante. Yeah.
Elf for sure. Man, I've been working on this thing for about an hour, and I'm not even fully torn apart yet.
That new Spirited movie is really good.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Bad Santa. I love Bad Santa. Okay, so that's one that I want to go see. That I think it just came out in the theaters too a week ago. It's the what's it called? Violent Night.
Violent Night. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I want to see that so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I think that an honorable mention should be Grumpy Cat Christmas.
That was a terrible movie.
It's terribly awesome.
It was terribly awesome.
Terribly awesome. It's intentionally bad, and they know it. They make fun of it being a Lifetime movie the whole time.
I love The Office Christmas Party, like not The Office as in the TV show The Office, it's actually called Office Christmas Party with Kevin Bateman and Olivia Munn. That one's really good.
Scrooge with Bill Murray. Nice. Yeah. 4 Christmases.
I love 4 Christmas. Christmas with the Cranks. That's another one that's like
Cranks. Have you seen the Netflix one, Claws?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Interestingly good.
What's the one?
The postmaster that goes up to the North Pole area?
Yeah, no, the other one with Kurt Douglas. Not Kurt Douglas. What is it? Kurt Douglas? No, Kurt. The other Christmas movie that Netflix did. You've seen it, where he sings the Elvis song in the. You haven't seen that movie yet? Someone help me out in the chat. What's the name?
What was it? Has anybody watched? I haven't watched yet the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
I haven't yet either. For some reason, my family says it was Kurt Russell. That's the movie. What's the name of the movie, though?
Adam 8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler. That wasn't a Christmas.
Hanukkah.
I don't know if he'd do a Christmas movie. Kurt Cobain. Take the Halls with Danny DeVito. That sounds like it'd be good. I always liked him.
Yeah.
There ones that I always watch. I mean, you go back to the classics like the Frosty and all that, but
Yeah.
We just watched Christmas Story with the kids, and I forgot. I'd stopped watching it because I'd seen it so many times.
That's
I
the movie.
forgot how funny it was.
Christmas Chronicles. You've got to watch that, Tony.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. And then there's Christmas Chronicles 2 now. I can't believe you haven't seen that yet.
Well, I think, I don't know. I mean, Harley, if he's still in here, I think he needs to watch Grumpy Cat Christmas and give a review on it and how it compares to, say, Flying Cars.
Yeah, that's the that should be their Christmas. They were talking about that on their last live, how they were talking about doing like a mystery theater edition.
Oh, you could definitely Mystery Science Theater that one.
Yeah, Grumpy Cat would be a good one for that.
It's a made for TV movie, Harley.
Yeah.
I own it. I bought it on
so do I.
TV. You
because
own it now too?
I had to buy it on Amazon because of you.
Okay. So
RC Farr says all aboard, which is a nod to the Christmas train movie. What's that called? Tom Hanks.
Oh, Polar Express.
Polar Express.
Yeah. So Aubrey Plaza.
She's awesome. I just started.
Grumpy Cat. Meow.
She's Grumpy Cat too.
She shows herself in the actual movie. You didn't watch it. I don't believe that you watched
it. I watched it. I don't remember.
You didn't watch it. She literally shows herself in and out of the commercial breaks, and even do this whole thing with me, Aubrey Plaza, as Grumpy Cat, in her total deadpan, like.
I didn't know.
That's why it's so like, wow.
I didn't know she was Daria until just the other day, and I was like,
yeah.
She's Daria? Like, that's awesome.
So they've got like these wannabe rock and roll musicians that are doing like robbing this.
Yes, that's Grumpy Cat's worst Christmas ever. That's it, Harley.
That's the one. As a cat person, you should watch this movie.
Oh yeah, he is a cat person.
Especially if you ever followed. So I used to make my kids. I made them a little book. With the memes, I print them all off and made a little book that I used the worst Christmas ever cover for.
Yeah.
And then there was all the different I peed, something I peed under the Christmas tree, and just all these negative sayings for like ho ho no, like ho ho no, like Grumpy Cat, all these funny things. So yeah.
That must be why we disagree, me and Harley. I am not a cat person.
They are the coolest Bengal cat.
0% cat person.
The only gift that I asked for Christmas was a Maine Coon. And I keep asking how they're going to deliver it. Is it going to be on the day, or is it going to be early and hidden, or what?
I'll tell you how I'll deliver it.
I don't think I'm getting a Maine Coon. So
I'll tell you how I'll deliver it.
Yeah.
Be in a little white box.
Yeah. I poked some holes in it so it could breathe. Did you see that the Family Guy where Chris was like in love with the girl at the vet?
Yeah. M-Dub, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So she's great in it, in a very deadpan.
She's so funny.
It's a dumb movie, but we're gonna go with it anyway. It's really awful, but its awfulness is what makes it semi-laughable. My kids and I watch it every year.
Yeah.
They ask for it every year to watch it. So
I have a terrible movie that I watch every year. It's called Christmas in Handcuffs.
That sounds terrible.
It's with Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
It's a TV movie, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's good.
HBO late night TV movie.
Do they still do that? Do they still do that? I don't know. Remember that when you're like 12 and you're like trying to get the scramble and you're like, come on.
Yeah.
What's going on? You're like, if I click it back and forth really fast, I might see something. Did I just date myself? Did I date myself?
You did.
Because did you notice I went like this?
You click it back. You trying to tune the dials. Yeah, so Aubrey Plaza was him. I don't think it's expensive because it's technically a TV show.
I think it was like $1.
It's
I think it
under
was
Apple.
like $1 or $1.99 on Amazon, and I was like, that's I think because I think that was the thing I sent to you. I was like, there's $2 I'll never get back, Tony.
Okay, let's go to music. You didn't add music, and that's one of the biggest things about this time of year is music.
Yes.
Favorite. You can have multiples because this is my favorite part of the year is for the music. Movies is one thing, but the movies and music are my two favorite things.
Sure.
About this time of year.
Right.
So
Christmas
you strike me as a Mannheim Steamroller kind of.
Nah.
No.
Christmas shoe.
John Stevens.
Have you? No? Do you guys have the Christian radio station out there that plays Christmas shoes all the time, or A Baby Changes Everything, or?
Oh, Christmas shoes! I forgot about that song. It's so sad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Such a sad song.
Me and my wife always are like, "Oh no, it's Christmas shoes." Trans-Siberia Orchestra for the win. Yes, I've actually seen them live. That was a cool show.
Yawn.
Well, the show in person was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like you kind of had to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Christmas music wise, I like the old stuff. Like Nat King Cole, Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra. Like, I like that stuff. I like a lot of the new stuff.
Elf soundtrack basically is what.
Yeah, I mean, I like Pentatonics. I like my James Brown Christmas. Like, that's my jam. Like,
we listen to, and if you guys haven't listened to it yet, and don't judge me until you listen to it 10 times.
10 times.
10 times, and you will be stuck. Alabama Christmas 1 and 2. Alabama Christmas.
I'll try it.
That album cover. They're all originals. So I kind of cycle between that and the MXPX Punk Rock Christmas album. And
Michael Garage just said that.
And that Reliant K, Deck the Halls, Bruise Your Fist. Which is now Let It Snow, Baby, Let It Rain, Dear.
I did that Blink-182 song just for you on that short.
Yeah, I loved it.
Tony's going to like this.
Yeah. Bubba, unwrap your package. I won't be home for Christmas. I love that stuff.
What's the other one? I like the
but no, I mean literally like Alabama Christmas is our jam. Like if it's not like all the pop whatever, it just goes right to Alabama all day long.
I don't know why I can't remember the name all of a sudden because we listen. My kids waking up for school the last week or two of school seriously played it every single morning. It was the Grinch song that I use in my reels all the time. The hard metal one. I can't remember the name of the group now. They have a lot of cool Christmas songs.
Scott Weiland, Stone Temple Pilots original singer, who was amazing. The most wonderful time of the year. That would be so good. Wreck the Halls is the best Christmas music. I like the sound of that.
Abbott and Costello, I mean.
The Mariah Carey I never got into.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Maybe It's Cold Outside I love, but I actually love the Elf version duet until they quit.
In the bathroom. And especially because running into the wall.
So She and Him Christmas is Zooey Deschanel and the other dude doing a Christmas album, which is okay.
Psycho Garage says, CCXRC, do you know Deliverance, Silent Night?
I do. That's the metal back in the day.
Anyway, so go back to your Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah, She and Him is it's very waltzy, like swing and waltz, just very simplistic, but her voice is fantastic as always. But
yeah.
Oh, my Mac's gonna go to sleep. I need a plug.
Uh-oh.
All right, so read some of the other people what they're saying. There's got to be some other.
The sound of wood and fire popping and crackling. Yes. So I don't know if your cable provider does it, but ours has a channel that's the Yule log channel, and I'm always trying to get that channel on when I go to bed because I like it. It's one, it's just the channel of the fireplace, basically popping and cracking, showing the fire. Spin Rush says the 12 Days of Christmas. I love the my favorite things song. That's John Coltrane. Favorite things. Come on, doesn't get
He
better.
said the 12 Days of RC, not the 12 Days of Christmas.
12 Days of RC.
I wonder what that would be.
I don't know.
What about Jim Henson and the Muppets Christmas?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a huge Muppet and Fraggle Rock fan when I was a kid, but as soon as I hit like 10, I'm like, I'm over it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, and it's weird because I really appreciate the craft. Like, and that sounds really nerdy of me, but like,
yeah, that's
I really appreciate the craft. I just have never really been bit. My wife's really like, she loves the Muppets, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, nah.
So Sufjan Stevens has a song called "That Was the Worst Christmas Ever." That's really good. He's got like 2 Christmas albums. Do you ever listen to his stuff?
Mm-mm.
Really eclectic and weird. He has a Michigan album, which is really good as well.
Oh, Spin Rush says, Jingle Bells, your lipo swells. So last year, my daughter wrote a song, a Jingle Bell, or it was called Bashing Through the Snow. And she sang it, and we sent it to Traxxas, and they sent us a huge banner. That's why I have a huge banner in the background. But it was funny how she wrote that song because she was talking about driving her Slash in the snow. Hey, Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 y'all. What's in the box says. Thank you very much, sir. Run DMC, Christmas and Hollis.
Ben Rector. Ben Rector Christmas is really good.
Beck, the little drum machine boy. I haven't heard that, and I'm a Beck fan.
Little drum machine boy? That would be great.
Yeah.
What's in the box? Thank you, man. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, so I'm looking at it's Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, Alabama, lots of Alabama, MXPX, Sufjan. Yeah, there's a lot of MXPX in here. And then there's a local band that I knew, The Last Bison. They actually have one of their own songs called Christmas Tonight by The Last Bison, and it's really good. It kind of reminds me of like Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart kind of a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like being an original.
Being unoriginal?
Very cool song. Last Bison, Christmas Tonight. It's a good one.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yes?
I didn't know the front and rear axle faces were different.
The faces are? The faces aren't. They aren't different. They're the same face, the very front piece.
Okay, no. This one looks smaller.
No, they're the same.
Here.
You gotta take the ends off. That one has the end screwed on already.
I know. No, it just has the back half of it. But I was looking at the end. The end's off. Oh, there goes my diff. Oh, everything's falling. Yikes. Watch out.
No, 2.6s don't fit on the Senwell. You won't be happy if you put them on.
Yeah.
The weight of them is too much for the axles. They pop off the ends all the time if you do that.
All right, I think I'm good now.
You have to put extenders and all this stuff on them, and it's just not a happy scenario. Unless you're just going to race it, but if you're doing anything playing and whatever, it's going to not be fun. Yeah, see, they'll fit.
They'll fit.
Yeah.
They'll fit.
The Youpers, AC/DC Mistress for Christmas.
Nice.
Jimmy Eat World does have a really good version of Last Christmas, RC for All. Jimmy Eat World has pretty much a good version of anything they put out.
I wish we could play all this music.
I know, right?
Like Joe Rogan style, be like, yeah, we're going to play it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Tonic's version is amazing.
Am I missing something? Why is oh, golly, how many screws in this silly axle, man?
There's a lot.
My wrist is gonna be sore tomorrow.
I'm looking at how very vanilla my Christmas list is.
So Apple Music has a what's it called? Like a jazzy Christmas
playlist,
and it is so good. It's so good. It's like it just makes you like want to sit back. Like I don't drink brandy, but it makes me want to be like, I'm gonna get a decanter and sit by my fire and drink brandy and just listen to this music.
So you were talking about the Yule log before. There's a great 2 hours of Nick Offerman just sitting drinking whiskey by a fire. It's like totally chill.
Just staring at the fire.
On it. Oh, it's fantastic.
That's funny. He's so funny.
He's really good. That's a long time though to just stay in character and drink whiskey.
Is it though? I mean,
2 hours?
I think I'd be okay with it.
No, like if you were him to just sit there and straight faced, I would start busting out. I'm not that.
I think I'd be okay with it if I could just sit there. I mean, that's my character.
Yeah.
Backdoor Santa. Yep. There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, this Ben Rector Jingle and Bells EP is really good. And I actually like the Toby Mac one.
I don't know if I've heard the Toby Mac Christmas.
He's got like Owl City and Reliant K and a bunch of different people. He's got several three Owl City songs.
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually heard the Toby Mac one. You know what? I'm just wondering. Okay, so everyone, so the second version of the LMT axle came with all the webbing, right?
Yep.
Why couldn't you fill that webbing with pour epoxy in there?
People have.
Really?
Yep.
Does it help?
I don't know. I haven't seen any videos of them breaking them. Oh, okay. So favorite gift. So here's my build project said Gremlins. Ah, crap. Where'd it go? Gremlins. His Christmas memory was a 1986 Schwinn Predator freestyle bike.
Yeah.
Straight up tequila and song. Forgot Mrs. Claus by Ben Levin. Love it.
Your camera went black, Tony.
I was looking at the screen. I pulled down to read it.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm on my phone.
So one of my favorite memories.
Grandma, that's a great Christmas movie.
My grandparents had this nook, but it wasn't. It was like you guys have Denny's where you live.
Yes.
So you know how there's that.
Loves Denny's.
You know how there's that one table that goes in the corner and it's just like a big bench that goes around?
Yep.
My grandparents had one made in their kitchen. So it was a big U-shaped bench with a table that would swivel around just like a restaurant. It was so rad. But right behind the shoulder was only about this high. And then there was a windowsill for a picture window, probably 10 inches or so. And there was a picture window there that was probably 2 3x3 or 4x4 square foot panes, but it was a slider. And this is the year before I got my first Blackfoot. So I was probably 7, and I remember it, maybe 8, somewhere around there. And that window went out. This is one of those weird houses where it went out and then the window dropped down like a foot. And then it was their deck. It was like a rooftop deck kind of a thing. And it had just started snowing. And they got me the Radio Shack Bigfoot remote control monster truck. It was just the blue monster truck, right? It wasn't a Bigfoot branded one. But there was this much snow on the deck, and the deck was open, and they let me throw it out there, and I got to stand on the bench and drive the RC car and do donuts and drive it was the perfect amount of snow for a car like that, and like the perfect like sitting and staying warm and just driving it around and then coming back and switching out the batteries and then driving it again. Like
Yeah.
such a cool. Like I totally remember that. That was like one of those, like it's not necessarily the present that it was just the house, everyone there. So cool.
My wife would want me to say getting engaged on Christmas night, but I still remember when we got a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
It's like wrapped in a big, because it's so huge, right? So they just had like this, we thought everything was done, and then all of a sudden this basically black trash bag with a bow on was out in the hallway for us. We went out and ripped it open, and Millennium Falcon, man. It was awesome.
This is when you were an adult though, right?
Yeah, last year. But it turned out it was one of those drone ones and it sucked.
Oh, no.
The XL, that thing was the worst. I remember getting that thing and trying it. It was so bad. So bad. Right. No, but it was with the original plastic one, which my kids had for a while. I think we finally got rid of it because it was so just beat up. It wasn't even valuable anymore.
Yeah.
But
did you get engaged on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
No, Christmas Day night.
Nice.
Yep.
Was it a total movie moment?
Nah.
No. You're like, hey, what do you think? Want to get married?
Yeah. There's a little more than that, but
very exciting.
Gazebo at a park.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
That's cool. I made a billboard sign. Because
a billboard?
Sort of. So we got engaged December 11th. And I remember, so at work, I worked at this place that made stuff for Disney. It was like a sign shop, but it wasn't a sign shop. And I stayed after work for a while, and I bought those like 2x2 masonite boards.
Mm-hmm.
And I laid out the letters, "Will you marry me?" And then I drilled holes in every single one of them and hot glued Christmas lights through them like a light bright.
Yeah.
And so I did that 2x2 letters all the way down this bank in her parents' backyard, and
lit it up.
And then on one of them, it was just a big ring that I made out of lights. Like it had a diamond on it and it had the ring going around. It was pretty cool. But yeah, that was a fun one. And her sister, was funny. Her sister helped me out. So she was hiding upstairs in one of the rooms with a camera so she could see us down there as I did it. And it was awkward because I asked her dad before they were going on a cruise. And I don't remember what compelled me to do it. Like when they were going on a cruise, I don't know, like the timing wise or whatnot. I think it was just that it was our like dating anniversary.
Yeah.
And so before he left, I took him out to coffee and I asked him, and I was like, "I'm sorry you can't be there. That sucks." So, and then we went to go tell my parents, and then we were supposed to go to a really fancy steak restaurant for our anniversary anyway. And it got too late, and we ended up going to Red Robin, and they gave us the motherload cake that said congratulations, but it was like some rookie that like tried to write congratulations. So it's like we have a picture of it. It's like it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Psycho 13 Garage said he got a Cloudbuster. Built it next day. That's pretty good.
Huh?
He got a Cloudbuster and built it the next day and was running it. That's pretty impressive.
That's dedication. I got a Cloudbuster finally. I had wanted one forever, and my wife and kids got me one a couple years ago for Christmas. And
those axles are something else.
What's that?
Those axles are something else the first time you build them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, something else is right. Why aren't these coming apart?
So, you're doing RC stuff for your son? I saw that. We saw that.
That's fine. He's asleep now.
The Halo build.
Yep.
Are you getting anything RC related for Christmas, or did you ask for anything RC related?
Yeah, but it's always like the big ask that you're probably not going to get, kind of a thing. I had a UDR on my list.
That's a pretty big ask.
Yeah. I asked for a camera. More so.
Okay.
I asked for that Panasonic that I was talking to you about.
Nice.
So I asked for that. That's kind of RC related.
Mm-hmm. What about everybody else?
What's that?
Mention the comments if you're trying to get it, what you asked for Christmas.
Yeah.
If you ask for stuff, some people don't. Some people are men and just buy what they want whenever they want.
I'm trying to think if I asked for anything.
That meme.
Tony, I can't get this axle off.
Which one? The outer part?
I mean, the part that broke.
Yeah.
And part of it, I'm wondering if the glue that I put on it to try to save it seeped into the heim joint.
Oh. You're going to have to torque that thing.
Oh, there it goes.
That doesn't even look like that much effort.
It's because I'm a man.
You're the opposite of a man a second ago. And get it off. Not that men are stronger than women. Some of them aren't anymore. I'll tell you what, some of them are super scrawny.
Depends if you're swimming or not.
TRX Forum is finally on the way to me. What's in the box? That's cool, man. King built a King hauler overnight. Never again. Holy crap, Rennie! Wow. I didn't ask for anything RC related.
No.
I didn't get my kids anything RC related. We got Legos and Cabela's gift card because I don't know what my son actually wants.
Oh.
You get it? Or still stuck? Here, hold on.
There's a screw in here.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You're supposed to be my echo. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
So that's what we got for them. Legos for one, and then the other. I think he says he wants like wader pants, like for fly fishing, that have like foam bottoms, not foam, a felt bottom instead of rubber because it grips on the slimy rocks better. But
those are hard gifts to get.
The one that he wants. And then I just asked for ice fishing stuff because I'm getting done with all this RC stuff soon. So
you're like nevermore.
Just kidding. Just throw that out there. I got a new hobby, guys.
Yep. Uh-oh.
I got room for lots of hobbies. That's what's up.
My diff fell out, and hopefully I put it in the right way.
Uh-oh.
We'll see.
But no, I asked for well, it's still green and black, but the radioactive pickle ice fishing reel from.
No, I don't know, Tony.
Yeah, it's actually very.
Like everyone knows about ice fishing.
I think my son stole all the fishing stuff to put in his room. There used to be ice fishing rods up there.
I can't even.
And I have one that's very similar to it, but yeah.
I can't remember what I asked for. I know I asked for the camera. Then I was getting cold feet when I messaged you. I was like, "Are you sure this camera's all right?" Like, I looked at it. That's why I sent it to you, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I used to use that." Oh man.
Why the FZ1000?
I think it's the same camera, it's just rebranded.
Yeah, because now they have the FZ2000 or something, or
well, it's the FZ300 is what I think it got rebranded as.
Super one-handed. Best Christmas present was a BB gun, just like Christmas Story. I love it. But I got those for my birthday usually.
Yeah.
As for an MST BMW E30 drift car, I don't have my hopes up. That's great.
I'm not a big fan of I don't ever like
Logan bought a Corvette.
That's sweet.
My parents were teachers too. And one of them in a private school and made nothing.
So you got flashcards for Christmas?
We got like in high school, we were playing hockey. And so we did like play it again stuff.
Yeah, I would too.
I was still totally stoked to get like upgraded shoulder pads and all that weren't like the hard plastic ones as much and were a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like the big old school football ones almost. They're like
the neck roll.
Plastic. They're more like fabric and yeah, a lot nicer. But yeah.
This better not break, Tony. As soon as I go out and play with it again. I'm going to be upset if that's what happens. My hand's getting tired.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. We went a lot smaller this year, which is good. There's a couple of big years in there. That was too much. And I don't want to teach my kids that that's what it's all about. And
yeah,
that's the norm.
Yeah.
I just got out of control where you just get what you got already and you just keep getting stuff like, oh crap, now this kid's got more, then you try to match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this year we were just like, when you get this one big Lego you want, you get this gift card to go and get what you want with it.
Yeah. That's what I'm starting to realize now too, is that like the balance between the two, what that looks like. And the other thing is that I'm conflicted about is like, I don't want to really get my kid RC stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like he's super appreciative of it, but he doesn't understand. Huh?
It doesn't feel like a gift or a Christmas thing because it's more of a,
yeah.
Or what?
Yeah. Well, it's not special.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was when I was a kid, it was like, that was a big deal because I knew how expensive they were and like how much my mom didn't.
You wanted them. They don't at this, that's more our thing, forcing it on them in a way, almost. They do it because they want to and they like it, but it's really.
Yeah, I don't get that with my kid because he wants to do he wants to race, he wants to crawl.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to do all that. He just doesn't understand the value of it or like what it takes to get it. And so that's the part where it's like, I don't want to just be like, oh, I just showed up, or the part just came to fix it. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah. Well, that's like my kids when they see all the RCs around and whatever, and it's my thing. And
yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like it doesn't feel like it. It just feels like it comes all the time, all year long.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing for Christmas.
Yeah. That's what I mean too. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But yeah, they're not video games. Like that's all we wanted as kids. Like, give me this game for Christmas, or They don't have that at all. Like, we got them the Xbox last year, one of them, which costs more than all of their presents together this year for one of them.
Yeah.
And one of them got that. That's how big Christmas was last year. I'm like, what the crap did we do?
Yeah.
And I just kept adding stuff. And this year we're not doing that. But all they ever play on is Halo. We've bought a whole stinking unit just for Halo. Like that's the only game they play.
I don't remember what game it is that we do, but we have it on the Game Pass, and that's what we play. Like we're playing Halo 4 right now. Mm-hmm. Matt Mass, he asks, what do you guys think is a good 3D printer and cost?
Ender.
You went with it? You're going with the Ender?
Ender
really?
3S. Ender 3S. My brother just showed me what he's doing with his Ender 3S.
That's what I've got. Like, I don't have the 3S, but I have the Ender 3 Pro. It's the older one.
Well, the 3S does the leveling.
Yeah. But the Ender 3 Pro, if you level it once, it's set it and forget it. You don't have to level it ever again.
Okay. Well, he did the Ender 3S, and his prints are beautiful.
Yep. Mine, so I don't know how much they are now, but I think they're like $250 for an Ender 3 Pro, maybe $300. Totally worth it. Print bed's a little small, but once you get printing, you understand that if you have too big of a print bed, you don't ever wait around for anything that big to print at once anyway. So the smaller bed is actually okay. And I say small, but I've printed 10 scale bodies on it before, like
in pieces, a cabinet.
Yeah.
So I have a print bed, and I will say it works amazing, but it's 3 times as much money.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not. If you buy it and build it, it's $700 and some. But if you have them build it and test it for you, it's $1,000 shipped.
I had no idea it was that expensive.
Yeah, but it's making me armies. I'm trying to make it pay for itself. So go to ccxrfc.com and buy hangers.
How much hate am I going to get?
Very soon you'll be able to get these boxes.
I just picked this up from the ground and it's got dog hair and crap all over.
Oh, you have to clean that off.
Why?
You can put it in there with dog hair and crap on it? I would at least wipe it with a towel and put new grease on it. And I'm lazy and I would do that.
Tony.
But anyway, yes. So these I'm not going to make available for free on Thingiverse. I'm only going to, but you can build them. Like, honestly, you could design this. It's a rectangle and some cutout measure.
I would give yourself more credit than that. Those aren't
involved.
It's pretty involved.
So it's got my logo in it now too on the back. And I did some bracing.
Nice. Speaking of bracing, I started printing some skis for my scale reel because I got my ESC finally came for that, and I walked by it before I left the shop, and it was like half done where the hex bolt comes up, and I looked down it and I was like, well, that's going to be a waste of time because it had like 10% infill. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, let's see how long it lasts. Like, it's going to probably shatter real quick because it's a big cavity from the ski up to where the hex head is, or where the hex and everything bolts into. So I was like, that'll probably break quick. I don't know where my paper towels are. That's mainly the reason why I don't want to wipe this off.
Matt Mass says, wow, cheap. I got 800 to play with. I don't know if he's being serious or not, but those enders, my brother got the one that auto levels, and it's been amazing. He did have that first weekend they couldn't print with it, so they had to mess around or monkey around with it to get certain settings and all that right. Blah, blah, blah. The Prusa I paid for shipped, came in, I turned it on and printed within 30 minutes. I was printing and it was perfect. So, and people worry about it getting beat up in shipping. If it's built, it comes in a huge box. I mean, it's fully assembled. It's
probably all shimmed out too.
Oh, it's tight. Yeah. So it comes all together. All you do is put on the arm on the top, but everything is tightly packed in there, and it's a big box. So I was ready to give up on 3D printing, as Harley said. I was so done. In fact, I got the printer that I bought, and I was selling it, and my wife's boss says that he wanted to get one for his kid, and he would buy it from me. I tested it today, and I felt so bad about it. I'm like, he could have it, and there's so much work you got to do to try to like get it set up right. Like if you buy one of those that have like the auto leveling and it's not set up right or it's kind of janky, it almost hurts you because you can't just.
You don't know where to start from, yeah.
Well, no, you can't. There's no leveling things for you to automatically do it.
Right.
So then you've got to start messing with the different sensors and all that. You'd be better off getting it without it.
Right.
Like I said, this thing, I just literally pulled it out of the box and set it on the table, leveled it through the instructions. You just go to level and started printing. I mean, immediately. And it was like, holy crap. But now the problem is I'm running it nonstop. And I want another one that I can just have that's not running nonstop that I can just do other tests on. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I'm not at the point where I'm going to buy another one yet.
I like,
but I love 3D printing when I have one that works well.
Yeah, and I think everyone has to kind of go through that. Like I started, my 3D printer that I first had was a Delta Bot printer, which is like a total weird, like the head is suspended by 3 arms and it like looks like a thing from War of the Worlds as it's printing. It's so weird. It was it was like total hit and miss. It was like some days I'd get a good print, some days I wouldn't. And it was really, half of it is learning how to set up your model, I think, for success.
Yeah.
And then the other half is having the right equipment.
Yeah, Knights Customs did help me with that some.
Who did?
Knights Customs.
Oh, yeah.
James Knight, yeah. So I feel like go Gadget Copter.
Oh.
So you got a helicopter hat.
I was like, what?
But yeah, solid sweaters. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It says real busy to run 3 of them. I have a lot making files. Yep. Now down to 2 for spare parts. Yeah, I'm I'm a real fan of my. Which one? You had a Creality too, I thought.
So I had the big one, and it actually did pretty good.
Yeah.
But I just, like, at that time, it was like, I Thingiverse things, and then what a waste of time. Like,
I'm surprised you didn't throw it with your affinity for throwing things.
I do like to throw things, but it worked well, so there's no reason to throw it. This was the second print, actually, that I put on the Prusa. I was just like, go for it.
Yeah.
And it turned out freaking wicked. That's actually with the stuff that they come with, the material, the color.
Yeah.
So at that point, I knew, okay, this thing's solid. And then I started tinker-catting some stuff. I know. Josh is still in here, so now I'm an embarrassment to the hobby. But
it's all right, Tony. It's all right. You tried.
I will learn. As of the end of this month, I have no job, so I will have time to learn Fusion 360 and try to sell the crap out of whatever I design in it.
Yeah.
After I buy the license.
Harley goes punching my monitor over here. See, I have no experience with Fusion.
You should try Tinkercad. To just like a rectangle and a circle is all you get. It's like build.
I'd probably be close with Harley punching my screen like, no.
Trying to actually navigate around and like get it to so you can see what you want to see is so hard. That part of the app sucks.
Yeah.
For viewing. Oh my gosh. I have extreme patience.
So maybe Harley can answer this since he's in here and we're talking nerd talk. Let's put a timer on nerd talk for a couple minutes since we were talking about Christmas. But
I need to get a Christmas drink because that's something else we talked about.
Yeah.
We start the question. We'll let them answer in the comments, and then.
Well, okay. So my question is the difference. So, like for instance, I know in my heart that there's differences for like SolidWorks and other 3D programs, and people are like, why don't you use SolidWorks? And I'm like, well, it's because it's way more than I need. Like I can use SolidWorks. I've worked on SolidWorks before, but there's like 3/4 of the program that is not essential for what I use. Like I don't need to do my analysis for stress and all that kind of stuff. However, I use Rhino, and Rhino is kind of one of those like,
Oh, you got me to download Rhino,
yeah, it's like an industrial design program.
but I only got 30 days with it.
Yeah. So you didn't get much time with it?
Well, I'm not going to pay for it, not at the cost.
Well,
I won't make that much back in parts.
maybe not right away. Yeah. And I got lucky because I was part of the beta team for Rhino like years ago on the Mac. So I was doing a lot of product testing with that. And because it used to only be Wintel machine compatible, and then it went to Rhino. Yeah, Rhino is NURBS based. So it's like for industrial design, it's nice because you can manipulate the model a little bit better. It's kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to 3D modeling because then not 3D printing, because the NURBS are real hard to work with on a mesh. Nerd talk. But it's nice to draw with. And it's fast. It's super fast to draw with. I'm sure Tinkercad has its benefits.
Well, no, it doesn't really. It's like using Windows Paint.
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. You're like,
it's like 3D Windows Paint.
That's awesome.
Autodesk Fusion 360 I have on here, but there was something else I was watching a video on, and they had a free one, and it was even commercially you could use it for free. What the crap was that called? Getting to the free part was hard. In fact, I ended up going to their site and then like signing up for something. I got a phone call from the guy, and he's like, "Oh, you just want like the base stuff. Like you're not a big company. I'll send you the link." Yeah, it's hard to find.
Yeah. So Harley, Rhino is actually really good. It's got really good machinable paths for SDL. The thing about Rhino compared to the other ones that's the big knock on it is it doesn't do with the analysis like SolidWorks. Yeah, you can still do that in Rhino. You can still modify by measurement and do all that. You just got to know, like,
you gotta have a friend.
Yeah, you got to know the syntax of the program to be able to do it. But it's like,
was that back like in the Tandy days?
Yeah.
Tandy 2600,
pretty much. Now,
Larry,
I like it for the industrial design component of it, but not for the engineering component of it. Like engineering, it's like I said, you can't do analysis with it, which I don't care. Like I'm making tool paths and I'm making 3D stuff for architectural stuff, not necessarily engineering stuff. So that's the benefit for me on that. And it doesn't, well, like for instance, with Fusion, you can then move into Revit and all that kind of stuff where you can do even more nerddom. All right.
I'm trying to find out the software I looked up. I found it on YouTube. That's scary.
Back to, that was another cool present that my family just got me. That was just kind of out of I needed DeWalt. So I have an electric driver, David Harris. I'm just saving your guys' ears.
The DeWalt gyro are awesome. I missed the sale on them. I think he bought another one that they're like $70 right now on sale on Amazon. Hey, I just got an Amazon Echo 5 for like $30. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, my kids have them in their room.
Do they? That sounds sketch.
Huh? Well, they have the Echo Kids or whatever. We got them that one because it has a lot of parental controls on it. And so it's pretty cool. It's pretty rad. So they listen to stories and we can tell what books they're allowed to listen to and pre-select the playlist they're listening to, all that kind of stuff.
Charlie should be a mod here. Yeah, he would just mess with us the whole time.
I know.
I can't even see who's a mod because I don't even use the YouTube. I'm watching on StreamYard.
I'm
Oh, my
hearing some.
computer can't even load it. YouTube right now. It just keeps crashing.
Are you hearing that feedback? I'm hearing static. You hear that?
No.
I do all pro bushing comments. You would.
And Element RC.
I know.
Hey, I'm not for bushings. You should buy CCXRC TRX4M bearings all day long. I got them all bagged up here, ready to get a hanger on it.
So says the guy. We're both of us are sitting here in snow, and he's the guy that's over in 70-degree winter over there. And
yeah, he never has rain either.
I know. Pro
You
bushing.
run a scanner also? I don't scan crap. I
a
need
3D
to, but I can't design anything. I'd love to have a scanner. I start scanning bodies and like making them, and then like using my Lexan machines to form them. No, I don't.
So he says he likes his Ectra. The bushing crap is stupid. I just think it's a good entry for people. I mean, for me also, like, I'm not looking to gain all the performance possible out of the bushing versus bearing thing, and I'm running in a lot of water, and I clearly you can see that my stuff is like not well taken care of. So he said, and plastic links. Boom.
We like plastic links.
I'm not a fan of the plastic links, but these ones seem to be all right.
Actually, on the TRX4M, plastic links over their upgraded links.
Yeah.
These suck. They hang up on everything.
David Ferris says you're a master class welder. Wait, you see them.
I am going to be doing welding videos next. That's going to be my next series.
I've been thinking about doing that.
Well, you're going to have to get in line, buddy, because I already have the idea.
I've been seriously thinking about making some welding videos, and I'm like, I don't know. Like,
will you see the King again before Christmas? You might see the King for a Christmas Eve special message. I'm not sure yet, but
a special message.
Hey, might America, yeah, very, very well done Christmas greeting.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Hey, I'm like halfway back together. Master gap welder. Ooh. I did.
I think to go get a drink.
Oh yeah.
I have a special Christmas drink because you asked about it earlier. So I'll be right back.
Okay. So you secretly in the Christmas mayhem that they're doing, Tony. I don't think he is, but what's your guys' favorite Christmas drink? Go. I'm already drinking one of them right now. It's delicious. Muy delicious, as they say. But I want to see what everyone else is doing. Mine is an old college staple. I think I told the story once before here. I'm not sure. Maybe I was just talking to Tony about it. My old college town had this old movie theater. It was literally like one of the old school movie theaters, that super steep, all that kind of stuff. We would walk there in the cold winter, and we'd take some primer with the Everclear, and then we'd walk there, and then we would put half of this away. This is disgusting. I don't drink it very often. We'd put half of this away and then pour some they used to have it was called Aftershock, and then now I have Fireball in there, but the Aftershock was rough. We used to put Aftershock in there and then go in the movie theater and watch a double feature in the freezing cold, and then walk back to our apartments or our dorms in the coldness. Who's the other guy wrenching next to you? I only see hands. Yes, Aftershock. You remember trying to get that crystal goodness candy out of the bottom of the bottle. We used to run them under hot water in the sink and then try to hit the bottle over our hand and then inevitably someone would break a bottle over their hand. Those were the days. Those were the days. Yep. Fun times. Fun times. Boons. Oh, man. Boons is rough. I'm a big fan. And then when I got to be an adult, I liked Frangelico and coffee. What's in the blue wrench? Is this Tony? What? No, this is me. This is both me. There's Tony. Aftershock, bad memories or lack of.
Oh, crap. I forgot the drink.
Ah, what? How can you forget the drink, Tony? Come on. Yeah, Frangelico and coffee. Muy delicious. What else is there that I like?
All right. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I get a special IPA. Hoppy Christmas.
Nice.
Good dog.
Up here we have Pyramid, and it's Snowplow, and it's like a dark IPA. Or no, I think it's an ale, actually. It's delicious. I used to have that all the time.
You should be getting the Steel City MXPX drink.
Yeah.
I would if I could.
Yeah.
No.
IPA is trash.
This is
Four Loko.
Yeah. Well, it's from Columbus, but the actual company is out of Scotland, which is where I had it first. And their main one at the time was Punk IPA, which was right up my alley. And then they had Hazy Jane, which was like a hazy IPA, New England style. And it wasn't my favorite when I was in Scotland, but here in the US in a can, it's pretty amazing. But they have this for Christmas called Hoppy Christmas. But we can't order in. Like when I was in Virginia, I could pay to have them ship it to me.
Yeah.
And so I have to find it. And I found this. So I'm excited. I haven't had one yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fantastic.
There you go. So Four Loko. I don't know if you know what the Four Loko is out here, but Four Loko is like candy beer basically. And so once a year or so, all my college buddies get together and we hang out, and we're way too old for this, but we do it anyway. But was it the last time? I don't think it was the last time, but recently we all got Four Locos and we sat and we watched the John Wick trilogy. And every time they referenced Wick, Baba Yaga, John Wick, whatever it was, we had to drink. And it was brutal.
Oh.
like absolutely brutal. Oh, it was so bad. But it was fun. You know, that's what memories are made out of. Sparks is my go-to. Oh, man.
Hangovers are what memories are made of?
Yes. Blackouts.
We used to do a game with the Grinch. And whenever they'd say Grinch, you'd have to, or whenever they'd say, what was the other one? Somebody's going to know it.
That sounds fun and dangerous. It was. The original Four Loko of Sparks. Yeah, I remember the orange and silver can. Trouble. I don't remember which screws go into this. This is going to be roulette, my friend. This is going to be roulette. But I'm going to make it happen. Because there should be 3 of the same size. Oh, no, I see.
Oh, every time we heard the word Grinch, that's what it is. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. But they used to play like a youth version of it with like marshmallows, where you just kept jamming marshmallows in your mouth. And one of them was like Grinch, and there was another word they used. So there's two teams. They're trying to see who could go the longest. On Osborne RC. This is really good. Festive India Pale Ale. Hoppy Christmas. Well done, Brewdog. I like their stuff. So if you're in Columbus area, you should go check out their actual brewery. It looks like an awesome place. Sparks.
That's what we had out here.
How about peppermint beer? Ever tried? No.
Ew.
You're in Europe, though. Do you drink it warm?
Ew.
Or what do they call it?
Piss beer?
They just put their kegs down in the cellar, and it's whatever temp the cellar is, which is not
Warm.
cold.
Or not cold. Yeah.
But it's not like hot. It's like 60 degrees or something. I remember in England, it was like, stay away from most of the places there.
Yep. That's where I had my first Guinness. Was in London.
Mm.
And I was underage with my stepdad. He's like, let's try Guinness.
Yeah, Utah can't get it shipped. We can't in Michigan, I think, because there's so many other, I mean, there's breweries on every corner here in Michigan, and I think the competition, they don't like it. So you can't have it shipped into the state. But in Virginia, we could. So luckily, there's one place nearby that I can find Brewdog stuff. And they tend to get they don't get what I want, and I keep asking them to get the Punk IPA, and they don't. They do Hazy Jane, but they do like peach variations and all these weird variations of it. And then they do like anything, like they have a Lord of the Rings one, which is pretty cool. And then they have so do you remember New York Seltzer? Did you ever drink New York Seltzer?
Oh, yeah. We talked about that, the glass bottle, yeah.
So they make a seltzer drink with New York Seltzer, and I can't get them to order that either.
Really?
And I don't like seltzers or White Claws, but I figured I'd have them for people that do.
Yeah.
Something new to try.
How am I missing 3 screws, Tony? Or wait, that's one. How am I missing?
You have a black mat. How else? Of course, you're missing 3 screws. Looks like you've got 10 of them on your mat.
I do. I've got a bunch all over the place. And what's funny is that I actually made these and I don't use them. They're just full of random screws and stuff. These are my own version of the magnetic.
Oh, it's cool. It's a missile.
Part holder. It's a bomb. Missiles are fired. Bombs are dropped.
Well, it looks like a bomb.
Just saying.
Whatever. I still call wheels, or I still call tires wheels every once in a while. So,
oh
my
my
guy.
God. You are that
my
guy.
latest video.
You are that guy. I'm
I
like,
am that guy.
wheels.
Called Cerveza.
People used to drink it, but it tastes awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess it's from IKEA. That's why screws are left over. Yeah.
Like sake. I don't like hot sake.
Nah, me either. Not a fan of it.
Tony and Pablo, this is a great question. I'm going to put this up on here. Tony and Pablo, do you have a family member that visits every year and breaks one of your RCs?
I just had to make sure it wasn't my stepdad writing this. Yeah.
See, I would normally, I call them rims, but everybody calls them wheels. We always call them rims.
Yeah.
We grew up doing rims.
Yeah. Rim plus tire equals wheel.
Thank you. That's how I see it
No.
up here in Michigan.
So I did have that one guy, and I ended up buying him his own cars. And I was like, here's your own car.
Yeah.
Let me know if it breaks, then I'll fix it for you when you buy the part. But
Now, I don't have any one particular person, but I hand my control over to anybody.
yeah.
I'll get something out. I usually try to pick wisely. Like, hey, here's the Traxxas Max. Go for it.
Yeah.
Good luck breaking anything. My biggest worry is that they drive it down into the river.
Yeah.
And it's gone. But
So mine is the Arma, my Granite. I can hand that to anyone and not worry about it. That's kind of why I'm keeping this Element stock, because it's got a slipper clutch on it too. And so I can pretty much hand that to anyone and not care about it. But yeah, any of the other ones, I'm like, why don't you prove yourself first?
yeah, I'll hand anybody anything. Like we had these friends over, and I gave them my Max, I gave them our Sentence, I gave them, which that's what I started with, and the batteries on those were just not holding up. I didn't charge them apparently, and I thought I did. And then I just gave them the Outcast 4S. Like, this one's squirrely. Like, if you've
Yeah,
ever
but
driven an RC,
it's still
good
an
luck.
Arma. I mean, it's an Arma's going to be tough to break.
It took a beating, man.
Yeah.
They beat the crap out of it. And then I posted my next video showing it with the batteries from the Spectrum, and I'm like, it looks pretty beat, but I had just given it to friends, and it was muddy and a mess, and so it still looked that. And I get a lot of comments on that video about how awful the two RCs looked, but whatever.
It says both of your honest opinions are welcome. Yeah, I mean, those are the ones that I can hand off that I'm not worried about ever.
Boost lineup, I think is a cool idea. It's not somewhere I would start.
Oh yeah. You know, here's the thing though.
4S.
What?
I would start with just the 4S Max or the Mega. They've got the Boost that starts them as a 2-wheel drive.
Oh, the 2-wheel drive.
They got those special batteries. And
you mean the 3S Mega or the 3S lineup?
No, they've got the Boost, they've got the Mega, and they've got the 3S.
Right.
The Boost is 2-wheel drive versions.
You're saying just start them at the Mega.
I would just start the Mega.
Yeah. I would too. Here's the only caveat that I found with that though. If you're going to go from Mega to brushless, well, I think they might have changed it. Before you had to change the out drive in the or the input drive. You remember that? Like if you went from the brush to the brushless,
you have several things. You got a lot you have to change. I'm just saying I just wouldn't start the Boost, because by Boost you're just to move up the kits to basically make it 4-wheel drive.
Right.
And then you've got to make it, those are the different Boost packages.
Sure. And
then he wants to do the 3S BLX Vortex. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I would just get a Granite, because the Granite has more like tricks and stunts.
The one you sold me on that I never got is the BlackRock.
The BlackRock's awesome.
You sold me on that.
Big Rock.
Yeah, because I have the Granite.
That's my favorite of the 3S lineup.
Yeah, I have the Granite, and you sold me on that one. I was like, if I got another one, I might get that.
It's wider and a bunch of things. The only thing that the Vortex gives you is it gives you the it's got the better controller to do AVC.
Oh.
To help you steer.
Yeah.
But it's got almost basically they're like the tires are so hard. I didn't say wheels. The tires are so hard they almost feel belted. They don't expand, so you can't do flips very easily and tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My favorite would be to get the Granite or the Big Rock. Big Rock being my favorite.
Yeah.
Of the 3S lineup.
Is this driver too loud?
No. I don't hear.
Sure? I've heard it. You guys have told me it was like massively loud before.
It's a bit loud, but it's not bad. We'll deal. But no, I mean, the Vortex is okay, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pay the extra for it. I would just get the Big Rock or the Granite.
Yeah.
Granite tires are cool, a little bit bigger, more stunt.
Right now, the only thing that's holding me back from driving my Granite, and I've been itching to do it at the skate park, is I need a body. I need a body for it. I've destroyed my old body, and now I need a body for it. And I wanted to get the Proline Tough Body, the Chevy truck one, but I just can't. It's like one of those trucks where it's like I drive it twice a year unless I hand it off to someone, and I just don't want to spend the money on it.
4S Outcast versus 3S Big Rock. 4S Outcast. Big Rack. I just did a
Just saying, not much
the
comparison.
outside. No, I mean the power of that Outcast is insane. Like, I don't need the 6S technically. So I was saying that about the 3S lineup, but really with the 4S lineup, the stunnability, all of that stuff, it's not as durable as the 6S. Technically, like the chassis you could snap, but I'm not gonna duper bash it. Like, you're gonna send it off of a big pile and hope that you can go 60 feet in the air and, you know, lawn dart it and not completely break it, like in half, then get the 6S. But the 4S, I mean, the amount of power and speed you get on just a single 4S battery versus the 6S is insane. Like, it's a wicked truck.
It's so funny what that one cell does different from every step. From 2S to 3S, from 3S to 4S, and then 4S to 6S. It's like,
well, even 3S, it goes 50 miles an hour, which is all the 6S does.
Right.
It's just much torqueier.
Right.
And you feel there's a bigger weight that it's moving. But
dang it,
I feel like the 4S is kind of like that perfect middle ground. And I haven't done the Creighton yet. I bet the 4S Creighton would be my happy spot. Like, the Outcast is a little too stunty and wheelie up and craziness. Like, you have, like, I make it look somewhat easy.
I make it look good. Like,
but there's a lot of throttle control in order to keep that thing looking like it's under control, because it wants to just be an animal. Where the Creighton would definitely have a little bit more control. So when I went from the 6S Creighton down, or I went from the 4S Outcast to 6S Creighton, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. Like, it's planted, and the Outcast never feels planted. Ever. It feels out of control, and but the Big Rock 3S feels controlled. So there's the trade-offs, like the power of the 4S Outcast doesn't turn well at all, because it's always like that front end, that suspension's always lifted in the front end. You're never getting that wheel unless you're like off and it's nose down. It's not turning.
So what's in the box?
Yes.
What's in the box says he prefer 3S. I prefer the Losi Baja Ray. Great RC, just too pricey for the size it is. I have the Baja Ray, and it's funny because when I first got it, I ran it on 2S, and I was like, what? Like, I spent this much on a 2S truck? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, Then I put it in 3S and changed out the gear on it, and that thing was just, it was scary. I mean, that's one of those cars that it's like, you're holding on and you're just trying to keep that thing going straight, kind of a thing. Really liked it. But then when I changed the wheels and tires and put bigger tires on it, that made a huge difference. And it ran so much smoother and just felt so much more like tameable.
Yeah. So David Ferris is saying 3S is pretty quick to me, but I guess I'm still a noob. It has nothing to do with the quickness. The 3S lineup is super quick. They go 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the 4S will do. 50, 55, 60. It's not a big speed bump difference. The difference is the weight of it and the way that it pushes and it lands. It doesn't feel as bouncy. But yeah.
So,
it's not about the speed.
Britain Racing got back to where I was actually going to go, but then I totally got off track with it. If you do have a kid that is into wrenching and likes that kind of stuff, and you know they're going to stick with it for a little bit, I could totally see getting the boost. had that come out when my daughter was into it and she's, loved wrenching and all that, I probably would have got that and then timed it where I was like, okay, we're going to run this for a month and then we're going to get the next piece and we're going to put that together and run that for a month. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, if you're totally willing to go through the stages, the boost is the best.
yeah. And
actually learning on 2S is great. I mean, that's what I started with, was a 2-wheel drive Gravedigger, and I was in heaven. Like, it felt like the most amazing thing ever.
Right.
It's hard to go back now, like having handled everything is, I mean, up to the raminator to the, like, to lock myself back down to that 2-wheel drive. Although I love it. I tell you, every time I go back and run that Gravedigger, I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's cool. I just don't think that it ever really transitions to the 3S lineup as well as you think it will.
You'd probably end up getting a different truck before.
I would stop. I would, do the little upgrades you can do up to the 4S, but just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Or not 4S, 4-wheel drive.
Right.
Just for steering and control. And then if you're really wanting to go like brushless, I would just start over, like buy a whole new
Black Rock.
At that point.
What are they called? Big Rock, Black Rock.
Maybe at that point you're at another Christmas or another birthday and kind of put into it there. But it's a great learning and teaching tool on how to drive. And then when they're ready for that power, I would just be like, all right, you're ready for another RC. And then
and by that time it's time to change to something different and to feel what it's like to drive something different anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for sure.
Yes, I'm planning to come Thursday, Jeff. Sorry.
It's funny because the 2S stuff, we still drive our 2S slashes and love it. The brush slashes, we drive those and love them. I really want to try the Pro 2, but the 2S slash is rad. Like, we have a ton of fun with it.
Well, there's something to be said for the 2S too. If you love doing donuts and you love to just let the back end break free, there's something really fun about that. But yeah, Max 4S versus Outcast 4S. As a monster truck guy, I'd take the Max, but it's more expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no experience with either of them, and I would have gone Outcast.
Well, the Max feels like a monster truck. It's taller. The weight's higher. The weight shift is different. It feels more like you'd feel like a LMT or something as far as tippiness and bounce and slap wheelies. The Max is more like a truggy 4S. So being that I like monster trucks, I would choose the one that handles more like a monster truck. But
you have a monster truck?
No. But that's why I like the Max more than I like the Outcast 8S.
I didn't know you had monster trucks.
I like the way that it sits high and the way that the body roll and everything about it. Yeah. But I would only ever get the wide version of the Max.
So
if you're buying it used, make sure it's wide Max.
David Ferris is putting me on the hot seat. He says, Team Associate or TLR for a 2-wheel drive buggy or something else altogether. I've never driven a TLR. So, but I am a Team Associated person. Timeout. What's that? What are you doing?
I'm trying to make a TLR. I don't know how to make an R.
Oh. So here's, after my experience, which is very limited, running carpet or running in a racing scene, the B6-4 scene, here's what I would say. If you're starting racing somewhere that has an established program, see what everyone else is driving.
Technos and Kyoshos.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that don't go in and get something that no one else is driving, and you're going to go and try to get your car set up, and then you're asking all these questions that no one has answers for and no one can help you out with. Like, if everyone's driving TLRs, buy a TLR and then you can learn something.
Yeah.
Or driving Associated, buy an Associated and you can learn something. I honestly want to say it's probably a preference thing at I mean, they're such good cars, either one of them.
What's annoying is that most of the race places I've been to sell Associated and TLR, and everybody runs Kyosho and Techno. And they don't buy the parts locally. It's really annoying. Like,
wow. Yeah. Where we're at?
It's weird, man. Yokomo's not Kyosho. Yokomo and Techno.
Okay. Yeah. Where we're at, it's all, I mean, not all Associated, but it's a lot of Associated. Yeah. I would say we're like probably 85% Associated where we're at. But like I said, like, I mean, it's a preference thing, and it's a preference thing. It's about how you can get your parts, and it's about who your friends are, because if your friends, I would drive what your friends drive, to be honest. I mean, not to like follow the pack, but I would, you know what I mean? I'd drive what your friends drive. What are you laughing about?
Jeff Brown.
Huh?
Jeff.
I sold Tony TLR and it's still in the box.
Just the parts for it are in the bag right here.
Yep. Yep.
Well, there's a place here that runs them locally, but I have my carpet one set up, and I've run that one a lot, but I haven't set up the dirt clay one.
How do I know which one is left and which one's right?
For what? Oh, crap. Well, because the way you should have put them down on the table.
Where's my other one? This one's on this side. Okay. The other one's over here. You know what I did?
Labeled.
I was smart. I left the steering arm on it.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Next question. That's the thing. I don't have any friends that race. I have a really good hobby shop, though, that will take care of me. So I would say, see what the hobby shop has. If they have easy accessibility to either one of them.
Came up to Rock Wolf Designs, came up to Reaction. I wasn't there. You should have told me, dude. I wouldn't have been in town anyway, but sorry to interrupt you. I just was reading the comments.
Oh no.
And Rock Wolf Designs Jim was up at Reaction. I totally didn't know it.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas to you, Rock Wolf Designs.
Or non-Merry Christmas to you, because you didn't tell me.
Or good day.
That. Or
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rock Wolf.
Yes, good afternoon. I think that, I mean, to me, that's the biggest thing about the seeing what the racing scene is like, is just seeing what everyone else is doing and being able to interact and make community with them. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But that's just me. Is that a diplomatic answer, Tony?
No. That's very team driver.
It's funny. So everyone was posting their, I'm a team driver again this year, or I'm a team driver for Associated. I messaged my guy and I was like,
team driver?
Yeah, I go, did I miss the memo? And he goes, no. I go, we still good? And he goes, yeah, let's dance. I was like, all right. I was like, all right. Just making sure. So then I posted.
I need to make a Team Nobody.
Team Nobody.
Yeah, for myself.
You're the wolf pack leader for CCXRC, Team CCXRC.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm on JB Skill Graphics still. I think.
Well, you're still on Reef too, right? You're on Team Reef.
Well, I was never put on Team Reef. We were just cool with each other.
Yeah.
I don't think he does a team. Well, no, he has a team, but I'm not on the team, official team.
You're not on the official Facebook page. I never see you posting on there, Tony.
Oh, I'm in there, but I don't post anywhere. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't like, even in the 24 scale groups and all that, it just feels like spam if I post. Like, hey, go check out my stuff, or check out my new part, or check out my. It just feels wrong. I don't know. I don't do it. So
Well, and it's funny because then there's the haters that are, and I don't mean haters in a bad way. I just mean like there's the people that like call it what it is when you're a team driver, aka slash contracted. How do I say this? Contracted customer.
yeah.
It's kind of true. Not gonna lie, but you know, you get some perks here and there, depending on the team.
Yep. Well, I'm trying to cut back on them.
Yeah, I know. You shouldn't have sent me those bearings. You should have let me buy them.
No, not that stuff. I mean, getting stuff from people because I don't have time to deal with it. Like,
Tell them you know a new YouTuber that's growing at a wild pace.
yes,
Dude, my channel is actually taken off.
that's awesome.
And I don't know if I would say taken off, but I mean,
Should you guys should all be watching this over on Pablo's channel, by the way. Leave my chat. Go to his chat.
So,
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, I'm up to like
chat is now over in the other channel.
I think I'm up to 730 now subs.
Nice.
My last video, I don't know if you got a chance to watch.
Last time I saw.
What's that?
You were in the 6s last time I saw.
I know. Yeah, it's been. I went from 5 when I started really aiming at it. I was like 530, and that was probably a month ago, a month and a half ago, and I'm up to 730 now.
Nice trajectory upward.
But I was nerding out and looking at my what's that called? My videation or whatever it's called. Video.
Oh, everybody's leaving.
Dude. Huh?
I've seen the numbers all drop down, but I'm hoping that means that they're going to your channel and they're going to pop back up.
Oh. What I was going to say, my videos don't have a lot of watch time, or not watch time, the watch through or whatever. Like I get the views, but I don't get the long watch.
You don't. So here's the thing about that, and that's why I always say long videos are good. You're always going to get people that come and watch for 10 seconds and bounce.
Right.
You're always going to have that. Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. But if you're people that love your stuff, watch the whole length of it. If it's only a minute long, bringing up 10 seconds by people only watching for a minute to the end of the video, it stays down at like the 20-second mark, you know?
Right.
So if you have 10-minute videos or whatever, and you're combating that 10-second with people that watch all the way to 10 minutes, that's going to factor down more in the 3-minute, 2-minute range of watch time, like average.
Sure.
And so having that higher average is good as far as retention goes, and as far as YouTube likes you ability.
Yeah.
The word now, YouTube likes you ability, because of you keeping people on the YouTube. But yeah, so I mean I shoot for 7 minutes almost on every video. 5 to 10 minutes is my goal.
Yeah.
Some of them go way longer.
That's a good life goal. I mean, to last that long.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go there. It's good to have life goals, though.
Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, there's something in playing the number game.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to have the quick bounce people.
Yeah.
And so it's a matter of offsetting that with the people that love it and watch the whole thing or watch most of it. It really helps. So, yeah.
My last video is a total new style for me. I voice-overed it and I did a call to action.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it was like, I think last I looked, I had like 30 something comments in it, and
they were answering your call to action.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I was trying to reply to all the all the answers as I could. So I probably had 15 comments, and half of them were my response to it. But
yeah,
but got my watch average was a lot higher, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to push that a little bit more.
Well, and the thing that people don't realize too is YouTube, they're trying to go shorts, and that's like their push, which is, I mean, if you do them, you definitely get a subscriber bump by doing so.
Yeah.
But you see certain people that are doing that and getting big subscriber bumps, but when you watch their actual views per most of their longer form videos, they get none. Like those short people don't turn up when it comes to the longer form stuff.
That's what I've been noticing, is that my short view videos are getting hit pretty good, and then my 7+ minute videos, there's been a few that have had like a 3-minute duration or whatever it's called, or 4-minute duration, which is almost 50%, but then most of them just drop right off. It's like right after the first minute or two.
I disagree with what's in the box. Shorts are great, but regular videos not. Shorts don't do much for you. It's all fake numbers, in my opinion. Whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, most of them aren't engaged people. Like the way that the algorithms worked with Facebook and all that. So you could scroll past something, and if it played for 3 to 5 seconds, you got a view.
Right.
In my opinion, isn't a view worth counting, So when you're actually tracking people and you watch like Whistling Diesel or somebody that's big and like killing it, they're doing long form videos and people are tuning in. And if you can do that and keep an audience and keep whatever and get views, then you're working great.
Right.
Shorts are all they're like fake news, in my opinion. Like they're false numbers.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get those people to also be retained for long form stuff, which is where you actually make some money, like who cares? Like if you just want to throw your numbers big just to look popular and whatever, shorts are a great way to get there. But when you can actually keep people coming and for long form stuff, that's when you know something's working,
Yeah. And that's what I haven't had yet. Like I've had a lot of good shorts traction, but I haven't had a lot of like long retention on the long videos, but they're getting there.
Yeah. But yeah, those shorts views come quick because they're short. So people scroll through and they flip through a bunch of them, and you're getting views. Oh, I'm flipping. Nope, I don't like it. But you're still getting a view,
Right.
Because people are just quickly from one to the next to the next to the next. It just it's in a thread and they post them. But when people click on to watch for long form stuff, that's when you know things are real and working. But
why am I having problems with my upper foreleg not reaching?
That sounds like a personal thing.
I know. Yeah, he said he agrees with you, but it helps the smaller channels grow. And it has. It's helped me grow a lot, the shorts. I mean, but like you said,
it helps you grow, but is the growth good?
Yeah, like what's the longevity of it?
Yeah, and are they going to put in for your long form stuff where you actually make money? That's what the real question is. Your ads and all that are really, and it's going to come. They're doing ads for shorts and stuff, but they don't pay nearly as well as the ads for the longer form stuff.
Oh, crap.
But
Tony, you're supposed to catch me doing this kind of stuff.
I can't see it. Alice is
Come on, Tony.
But yeah, I mean, so like my biggest money stuff right now is like the documentary because it's long.
Yeah.
And they can monetize by keeping people on there for longer. So I'm still doing the shorts because it does bring in subscribers. However, my views are going down on my long form stuff, regardless of my subscriber count going up from the shorts people, because the shorts people don't actually watch the videos that are long.
That's what I was talking about with mine, is that like I'm seeing the traction, but it's not the retention isn't there.
Yeah, it's not. Well, Harley just nailed it, and that's what I'm trying to say. Agreed. Shorts are not what will gain an audience that crosses over to content that builds a community.
Right.
they're one hit and gone. Oh, maybe I'll like it because whatever, I'll subscribe. But they're not like come back to watch subscribers.
Right.
So most of the stuff I watch on YouTube is 30 minutes plus. I'm turning on like it's a show. I don't want to have to keep clicking on new videos on YouTube. I'm working, but I have it either on the TV or I have it on a second monitor and I'm listening. So I love watching lives on YouTube now, like that are just long. I could just have people talking as I'm working on something and listening.
Yep.
I'll do that all the time, like, and just pop in like Harley's doing here every once in a while. So, that's kind of how I use YouTube. I don't typically do the shorts thing. I hate that that's what Instagram's become, honestly, the reels and all that.
Yeah.
It's like everything else. Plus they've got too many things from the reels to the stories to the post. It's gotten confusing. Before it was only just picture posts.
Yeah, it's super saturated all over the place now.
Then they tried to do Instagram TV and they tried all these different things. And it was like, man, you were an awesome photo sharing tool. And now nobody ever shares photos here anymore.
Right. And if you do, it's like you get, no one sees them.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I look for on YouTube. Every once in a while, I'll watch a few shorts, but I try to get out of them quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch my shorts usually now on Instagram. It's typically where I end up watching in the reels, but
yeah,
I don't do the TikTok much.
I never got on TikTok.
I have it, but I kind of wish I never got on it. Yeah, it's interesting how it's all morphing and evolving. But I just started putting shorts in because, I mean, I saw Big America jump to like 60,000 subs doing shorts on like 10 long form videos.
Yeah.
But his subscriber count went nuts with his short videos.
I'm just hoping that I can keep the momentum going and like stick to it over a long duration. You know what I mean? Like, am I getting the XRT? Negative. Nick asked if I was getting the XRT. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I just hope that I can keep that. What I've liked a lot about doing YouTube lately is that it seems like it works better for my workflow. But then the thing that the trap that I got sucked into with Instagram is that it's really easy to make a quick, not real easy. Sometimes it appears to be faster or easy to make a quick Instagram post. But on YouTube, I'm finding myself, I have to curate a lot more, which is good because I like the content that it not forces me to create, but that it challenges me to create.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just a lot more rewarding content. So I like that.
Yeah. So here's what I say to What's in the Box RC. He says, but I guess a lot of people nowadays love to watch shorts. Shorts always got so much more attention and views because they're short. You can watch a ton of them. And so YouTube doesn't value that the same way. And I don't think people value it either. They don't recognize you as something like a Harley Designs or a Scale Builders Guild where you come to for information.
Right.
You're not teaching them anything. You're not, giving them a quick hit of something and then it's done. So it definitely has a place, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of throwaway at the same time, once it's run its course, people aren't coming back to it. Like
it's very ephemeral. Like it's there for a moment and then it goes. But like for me, like what it does too is like that was part of my before I got. I don't want to say before I don't want to sound at all like I know what I'm doing when it comes to YouTube. But before I made the attempt to get into YouTube, I did a lot of homework and I studied a lot and kind of figured out what I could do to add value because this market's pretty saturated. I mean, and I'm not going to go out and think that I can compete with a YouTube channel like yours, Harley's, Matt's, or whoever. Like, I'm just not there yet.
Yeah, or Hemi Storm, who just stopped in, who shows some of the most amazing stuff.
Yeah,
and then also like punks us completely.
that
False vehicles that we
was
think
awesome. But like what I was going to say is that it made me kind of like evaluate what my direction was going to be. So like, right. So I started to realize, okay, I need to have entertainment, education, and info that kind of follows a theme of you guys at the top of the cream that's at the top right now. That's kind of what they're doing. And so what that I do, can I bring that value to? And so for me, it's like, I can teach some stuff. For me, I think the thing that's going to set me apart is the hiking, the trail hiking stuff.
Yeah.
Once I figure out how to do that a little bit more efficient and make it a little more cinematic, I think
Bear Grylls.
Huh?
You should be Bear Grylls for RCs.
Yeah.
You're going to drop you in and you're going to be stuck there. You got to hike out with an RC.
And drink my own pee. Yeah.
Yes. Well, if you RC dude drinks his own pee, sounds like a pretty good
clickbaity
survive. I mean, well, it's not clickbait if you do it. So we want to see you drink your own pee.
Yeah.
But
yep.
I mean, I'll admit, like, if you look at my subscriber numbers versus my view count numbers, they're not good. I'll post a new video and get maybe 1,000 views, depending on what it is. If it's monster trucks, it typically goes upwards of that, of the normal. The crawling stuff for me especially doesn't do super great, and that's a lot of what I've been posting recently because I suck at it. But it's what we have here to do. The thing that hurt me though was Star Wars. So Star Wars was my short. Okay, if you want to just be open and real about it.
Was your what?
It's my shorts.
Oh, okay.
So I got a bunch of people subscribing to me because I did all these videos on Star Wars RC cars. They weren't RC people that subscribed. They were Star Wars fans.
Okay.
They were just regular people that thought the RC Star Wars stuff was cool.
Sure.
And we were doing some early stuff on it. And I saw, like, I posted, holy crap, look at this. There's RC Star Wars stuff at Walmart. And that video went gangbusters. I'm like, well, crap, I'm going back and buying all of those and doing videos on them. And so it got a bunch of views, but it also got subscribers. Now, do you think those subscribers care that I'm doing SCX24 stuff right now?
Right.
No.
Right.
Not a chance. I mean, you can say that about the monster truck people. They hate that I'm doing all the SCX24 stuff right now too. But I mean,
did you just read Hemi Storms? The shock, like he's talking about the shock value of stuff, kind of going to your point about, the stuff that's kind of like, because he says running things into a wall gets more views and subscribers than talking about how to get there.
Yeah. You could say the same about just big air bashing, the same thing over and over and over every video.
Yep.
But yeah, I got tired of it. 10 years in, I'm tired of fixing that crap after breaking it,
Yeah.
I did it. Like,
yep.
Once you learn what it takes to keep doing it, like you don't want to, like, it's not worth it.
No. And see, I never got, like, I got a little bit into the bashing, but not that much. And for me, it was like, because I was tired of fixing my kids' stuff all the time. And so
you realize how cool it is to be in control of the RC once you actually learn control.
Yeah.
That just it going in, being out of control and the way it bounces and destroys itself it's not entertaining anymore. Like it becomes annoying. Like I stopped doing it. So, well,
it doesn't challenge you as much. It's more, to me, it's more challenging to set up a shot and get the right shot with the car leaning the way I want it to and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Than it is to like go big air and see what happens. But I mean, it's not. I don't mean to take anything away from the people that do it because it is entertaining.
Super
and there's
entertaining.
Then there's times where I like watching that, but it's just not my. It's not my.
Doesn't mean you're going to do it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I get a kick out of watching Kevin Talbot go
skate
park.
Well, and the hard thing is that I think that's the part where I get a hard time. Like, it's hard for me to figure out, like, I feel like it's saturated, but I don't know what to do that was, the add value. What's different? How is, my RC Amigos channel different than, when I started, it was like on Instagram, I have a lot of organic followers on Instagram, which is rad. And so the community on Instagram has been good to me, but I grew because I was doing like family stuff. Right. And so now we're still doing a lot of family stuff, but it's not as much as it was before. And so I'm wondering, how do I make my content still relevant or, different from everyone else to watch, or not necessarily different, but just kind of following trends and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. Well, I started, I like so many things that are sarcastic and kind of poke fun and poke the bear. Yeah. Like for camera stuff, I love watching camera conspiracies. Yeah. Which made me do RC conspiracies, but I couldn't bring myself to being that hardcore about like bashing the companies.
Right.
He's a master at destroying every single company that's out there.
Sure.
Stuff. And pointing out how laughable some of it is. But that I kind of with the King was okay with it. Like I'm here. I'm ready to like make fun of stuff. Like the whole Instagram like tools. It's built. Holy crap. Did you just see that? Every freaking person doing it, like batteries, they're in.
Yeah.
Like the gimmick stuff that's like overdone. Like
it's so funny because
it's laughable and funny that we can make fun of about that stuff.
Well, and I could tell that you've done. There was a video that you did, and I was like, he's probably just tired of seeing these videos, and he did one because it was I did the one where they drop it. You did the battery one when the new batteries came out. I think you threw it at the battery, or maybe that was a T-Max or whatever. I was laughing at that. I was like, come on, Tony.
Well, I totally did the one with the car dropping the box and slamming boxes down.
Yeah.
And throwing them, and then my son reached in and put a truck in front of me.
Yeah.
Holy crap, it worked. But
what's in the box?
There's so much gimmick stuff of it that, like, it gets views, but like, why? Like, you're almost like a narcissist if you just only do it because it's a view gaining.
Well, and
I want to be seen, and like,
Well, and that's the thing too, is that it's kind of falls into that short view attention span sometimes. I don't mean, and like I say, I don't mean to talk bad about it because obviously they're winning and I'm not yet. So, but it's like they're. It caters to that audience, and that audience might not be around for a long time or might not grow in the RC hobby for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of that too. I appreciate what you said, what's in the box. That's kind of what I was hoping for, is to have a good diversity of RC-ness. Is that a term?
Yeah, all those channels are my favorite. Great combination.
Try to do racing and U4 and crawling, and
I was glad to see Josh Holiday Design says he fell for the polar ray for sure.
I did. 100% I did.
I did. Well, until they actually announced it, because the first thing I did was search to see, because I was starting to get this vibe. Like the second thing he posted, I was like, there's Loshi's not posting anything. Like he's trying to do these screenshots of something, and I've searched now. So the one spot I thought that it was, and I couldn't find it, was on the actual Horizon Hobby social media thing that they've created.
Yeah.
The Drive RC thing.
Yeah.
Or Drive Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And once it wasn't on there, I realized Loshi's not posting anything. So when the actual video came out and Jeff sent me a thing, I'm like, I don't think it's real, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody else has talked about this. Even now, there's not a low-C video on it. Like, he's been pulling our leg, which was fantastic. Because that first thing, I didn't have time. Like, I was in Turkey when it announced. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like barely trying to keep track, and people are sending it to me. I'm like, cool. Like, this would be amazing.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of shared his post to like a story. And then we started talking about it. I like when I landed back in the country Monday, and we had the live Tuesday night, and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
But even then, I was kind of like, "There's nothing else about this. Like, this is not normal."
Well, and the one that got me, and I wonder if he's still in there, if how he thought those tires worked on that truck. Because I was like, there's no way they'd put those tires on that truck. Like, I have those. I know what they're all about. Like, I wonder if he liked how they actually performed on it, because that was a giveaway to me that they wouldn't put those on there.
Well, I didn't look, but man, I would have been stoked, except for it has bottom-loaded batteries.
Yeah.
So I'm not that on board with your design style there, and using a hammer rate to build it, because those bottom-loading battery trays are not my fave.
No.
But yeah,
I'm almost there, Tony.
You're almost done. You almost fixed it. It's taking forever, dude. 3 hours for a front axle repair.
Well, I was doing most of it by hand.
Still,
it was a long time.
Still, those 1.5 millimeter screws at the ends are the worst. They strip out.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I stripped like one or two, and I'm like, well, hopefully this one lasts.
Yeah.
It's like,
but yeah, I definitely fell for it when I first saw it. I'm like, well, that's wicked.
I fell for it for sure.
Yeah. We talked about it, and Hemi Storm pointed out that we talked about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah. Well, man, I need to get going here soon because I got an eye appointment. I was doing those shoots, dude.
Are you gonna be like, I can't see going in tomorrow?
Well, so the thing is, I can't see close anymore. Like, my nearsighted, and I'm looking at these like video monitors that I normally have a big one like that I carry.
So Hemi Storm says those tires suck.
Yeah,
they're above 20 miles an hour. I called that. I was like, no way.
Not as bad.
Anyways, go.
Whatever. Yeah, so I couldn't have a big monitor, my normal monitor that we've seen it, that connect all my cameras and stuff. And so I'm like trying to lean in and look at the little view screen and be like, I can't tell if that's in focus. And I'm like, I need to get glasses again. I've had them. I used to wear them in the videos, but I lost them when I moved to Michigan. So a previous pair I lost on a plane.
Yeah.
Flying. And then this one I lost somewhere when we moved. It's probably laying on a box in my office somewhere.
Well, you know, as soon as you go and you order a new set, they're going to pop up.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They're in a box in my office where we unpacked everything somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wanted to fix one of my other trucks tonight, but I don't think I'm going to have time. And that truck I was going to fix because I wanted to go take it on a hike. I just don't think I'm going to have time to do it.
You still sell Monster Truck Mini for sale?
Uh-oh.
Not currently, because I'm kind of waiting for them to figure out exactly how they're going to go with them. So they're changing up the axles and stuff. Now that the Max Smashers come out.
Max Smasher.
I just get the Max Smasher airbrush kit and then get the speed motor. The C3070 speed motor. I have them over there. I'm not going to run mine until I put the speed motor in it. It's not worth it. I don't need it with a slow motor. But yeah. And I got to put the Bigfoot stickers on.
You too, RC for all. Have a good Christmas. I'm excited.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. We're going to check out here. Pablo's going to finish his wrenching. My phone said it's got less than 10% left, so I'm I'm not heading up to my studio in the snow we've got right now. It's brutal going up the stairs. So Merry Christmas, heavy storm, everybody.
Yeah, everyone that's
Hopefully
going
the King of RC will give you guys some kind of a Christmassy old kind of a message. But
Thanks, Harley, for chatting. I don't really want to fight you. I think I'm in a different weight class anyway. Let's be honest. So
he's going to be smoother anyway with his bearings than you are going to be with your bushings.
Oh yeah, well, I'm an old man. I think I got a couple years on them.
Speaking of bearings, if you guys get your order in, then we can get them out the door real quick for Christmas. Can't guarantee they'll get there in time, but we'll try. I got lots of TRX4 bearings kits. Well, I've sold more than half of them. That's what's crazy. I ordered a bunch.
That's awesome.
And they've been selling like crazy. So
nice work.
They work awesome too. So if you need sealed rubber sealed ball bearings for your TRX4Ms, we got them. Baby Goliaths for your SCX 24s.
I got your Baby Goliath for you.
All kinds of other stuff. I'll Baby Goliath you. I have a lot more Baby Goliaths coming because I've sold out of those as well. I got about 8 left.
So I'm a little concerned here.
8 left.
I've got a lot of screws here.
You got a lot of screws left?
I think.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. Maybe not. Maybe I'm good. Thought I had a lot of. All right, it'll be lightweight for racing, right?
Yep.
That's what I'll tell myself.
What's it showing my echo? Well, I'm not going to be showing any new cool RCs for Christmas the day of, but I do have new snow boots, so maybe I'll dance out in the snow and do a cool snow video.
Yeah. I've got videos. I think I might get to it tonight. I don't know. I'm not working tomorrow, so taking the day off. But I was going to post a video tomorrow. Maybe I'll wake up early and edit it. I don't know. I got really close to being done with it. I don't know if I want to do the voiceover right now because I'm going to be like, hello, here's me driving.
Aubrey Plaza version?
Yeah. I should just do all my videos like that from now on.
This is cool. Don't you really love RC? We have fun.
Tell me how much you love RC in the comments.
We like to walk the hills. And the trucks go slow like we do. And it's fun.
I love it. Love it.
But yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to check out because what time is it here?
It's late here, so it's late there, dude.
2:30 here.
Yeah.
And my Happy Christmas is getting warmish at the bottom.
Ew.
Very, very London ready for the bottom swig.
That's gross. Don't do it. Can't believe you did it.
I should treat this like Turkish coffee and not drink the last swig of.
You need to pour it out. You need to pour it out for your homies.
Yeah. Flings on the fire team and tell you they rip. I've got some awesome paddle tires on my fire team. It's ready to go. So we'll see y'all. I'll be dropping a couple more things before Christmas, and maybe we'll do a Christmas message. I don't know. I got to find my America hat. My kids get back.
We'll be back next Tuesday.
What's next Tuesday?
Same time we do this show every week now.
Same bad time, same bad channel. What date is it though? The 28th?
I don't know. You gonna be out of the country again, Tony?
27th, because it's actually the 21st now. So 27th.
Oh, yeah.
I'm supposed to get a car wash on the 27th. So
other than that,
good.
A car wash.
Yeah. Well, I pay the monthly fee to get my car washed just whenever I want.
Okay.
So I have on my calendar to get it washed every week to make sure that I get my money's worth. Money's worth plus.
You're like You're like you go in and you're like, I'm winning this week. And there was some extra road salt today. So
well, if I get a car wash twice a month, I break even. But if I do it 4 times a month, I'm a rock star. So
yeah,
those are cheap because I got the works.
Do you go and you're like, let's tighten up this line, people. This line is in shambles.
No. But now that winter is here and the salt is on the road, the line is longer.
Yeah.
But my truck also needs it more.
Yeah. Peace, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Rock Wolf Designs.
I like it. All right, guys. We're going to peace out.
I'm going to get a Red Ryder BB gun and shoot you right in the baby maker.